to the finish line of the Rebel Rally. I'm here at Rebel Rally Live, presented by Toyota. This Stage 7 has been presented by Total Chaos, and man, it was chaos out there. Oh, I feel I feel like a sports announcer. Like, this is so great. I'm Emmy Hall. Matthew Johnson, what do you got?
We're seeing all kinds of orders of points being shaken up. There's some folks making some unpressured mistakes that are a little bit of a surprise for today.
Yes,
we're going to tell you all about that when we sit down and get focused on those numbers. But least to say, some of the podiums might be afoot.
Yes, some of the podiums might be afoot. Good vocabulary word. You know, right now the top teams are still out. So if you look at that live scoring, it's not going, don't get freaked out if your favorite team is behind, and don't celebrate if your favorite team is ahead, because those people have not finished competing yet. We're only going to know the final scores at the end of the day. Now, having said that, can we make some predictions? We might make some predictions.
I think we can make some predictions. So Nina and Tara Lynn in number 129 has been ahead all week.
Yes.
It's looked like an insurmountable buffer, but really that buffer's only been 30-ish, maybe 40 points for a brief time, but really overnight's 25 to 35 points.
Exactly.
With Laura and Maria Guitar in 188. Right on their tails.
And normally you would say, oh, well, a top team like Nina and Tara Lynn, they're not going to lose 20 points, right? Unless their Jeep breaks or something, they're not going to make a mistake like that. But word on the street is that they have clicked early on a green CP. And depending on how early you click on a green CP, they may or may not be getting full points for that. And that is 20 points right there.
That could make the difference.
100% could make the difference. I mean, if that is how it shakes out in the end, I mean, that is just heartbreaking. We know in the rule book, everybody reads the rule book. It is clearly stated in the rule book you cannot click on a green checkpoint until it is open.
Before it opens, yep.
But sometimes,
or after closing.
Or after closing. But, sometimes you get a little worried about your time management skills, and it's tough to sit there and wait at a green checkpoint until 8:47 or whatever it is. So I 100% know exactly how they're feeling. They want to get going. They want to we got to go, we got a bunch of checkpoints to get in the dunes, and unfortunately it might not have played out for them.
Yeah, we shall see that story and many others, as well as some interviews and information about our partners, technical information about our event, and everything we've got to cover this afternoon on this 3-hour-long show. We're going to do lots of bouncing out to Katie, some bouncing out to Harry as teams are coming across the finish line.
Yep.
Hey, tell us, what happens when a team comes across the finish line?
Well, first of all, it's great because you've got a lot of people here cheering for you, and everyone is so excited to see you. And when you finally see the white peaks of the base camp, you're like, oh my God, I just did it. I just did this really hard thing, and I'm like the biggest badass in the world, and I love everybody, and I love myself, and I love my Jeep, and I love my teammate. They will come in, they'll check in, they will turn in their sat phone, they'll turn in their tracker, and they will get their forbidden devices back. So they'll get their iPhones back. Or Androids, if that's how they roll, they'll get their cell phones back. But it will tell you that oftentimes, you know what? You don't want to look at your phone today.
Sure, I remember that.
Yeah,
like lots of people I've got my phone, but I'm just not ready.
No.
Because turning the phone on and getting service and all the junk that came in, and some of them, loving messages, whatever, it pulls you out of where you are, and you've worked really hard for the peace.
Yeah,
here.
And you just don't want to be a part of that outside world yet. So you give yourself, this evening to still be in this rebel mindset, to be in this analog world, and then maybe Saturday morning you wake up and you're like, all right, I'll turn it on, and then you get all of your stupid text messages that you didn't want to have from work for this entire time.
Well, I'm told Katie is ready to get to work already.
Oh.
She is with James Benzie. That's Christine Benzie's husband, Emily Benzie's dad.
Yes.
It's been so cool to have the Benzie family out here in effect. So, Katie, would you like to tell us some things with James?
Here at the finish line with James Benzie, who is waiting for his wife. We have so many people that have come in to greet their loved ones, and as you can see behind me, we've had one competitor cross the line, and so I thought I'd have a chat with James and tell me what it's like. I mean, you've had a daughter and your wife compete. What's it like watching from home and now being here to greet them?
Well, it's a completely different experience here. You get the environment. You realize how much of this operation, how large it is, and how much behind the scenes you don't see. Even the competitors, I don't think, even see what's going on here. And it's been phenomenal to be involved with the behind the scenes thing. I was at a tech inspection. I'm here helping with the base camp operations now for the gala. So it's been great. I don't get the visibility of where they are on course because I'm not in front of the computer screen, but it's been really a different experience altogether.
And I know Emily has really enjoyed being on staff, and I hear that your wife is absolutely crushing it. Where was she standing when you left the screen?
Beg your pardon?
How was she doing when you left the screen?
She's doing great. So she's been crushing it all week. I think they've won 5 of the 6 stages this week so far, and they've got a pretty significant lead. So we're hoping she can bring home another piece of hardware for the mantelpiece.
Absolutely. She's such a brilliant woman, Chris Benzie. She's a master navigator. We all have a lot to learn from her. Well, thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Yeah, nice to have you back.
Cheers. Back to you, Emmy and Matthew.
Thank you so much, Katie. You know, they say behind every great woman is a great man. I think that is true with the Benzies. And you know what, Matthew?
Yes?
I think that's true with Chrissy, your wife.
Oh, that's sweet.
Great woman, great man.
Very sweet. Yeah. Well, and every great man, great woman. I mean, it's teamwork, right?
Absolutely.
You take care of each other and you enable people to reach where they're headed.
Yep, you got to find your goals. You know,
That's
small catch monkey, like I was talking about earlier today. Let's look at some scoring here. You know, we talked a little bit about what was going on. This is Group A, Day 7. Now, remember, we have Becky Brofer and Sam Barber in the Toyota Tundra Hybrid in first place, but they left early. So you can't take these as gold, because you can see when we get down to Rory and Renee in 154, they have not gotten to checkpoint 18 yet.
You can pretty quickly look down these numbers and see that Laura Weinless and Maria Guitar there, we know as overall, or contention for the podium overall. They're just 2 points behind, but you can say the way this is ordered, it doesn't take into account when they started the day. But if you look all the way over to checkpoint 18, you'll see that they've essentially all gotten scored up to the same point. So those 3 top numbers you could compare to each other.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
It takes a minute of studying, doesn't it?
It does.
It does. All this
and, also you'll see, we have 3 and 3X, 4 and 4X. So those, they have a choice, right? The X checkpoint is going to be a little bit harder, be it in navigation or in driving, but you are rewarded by making that choice, right? So it looks like most teams here in Group A have got 6 checkpoints left plus base camp. But I will say that these checkpoints that they've got at the end of the day, that is the stuff over in Wash 22. It's been real hot today. And those are the poopy dunes.
The poopy dunes.
The poopy dunes
That's
over
right.
there. And that sand is going to be very, very soft. So let's take a look at Group B and see what's going on in Group B. Now, we've got a lot of rookies in this group. And
Tell me about that. Now, earlier in the week, we'll have Group A and Group B will be parsed throughout the whole field.
Right.
Even though someone you're probably going to be in competition with later, you may be in separate groups.
Yes.
But at this point in the competition, the folks, if you're really close in points to another person, you're going to be in the same group, aren't you? So that you have the exact same competition,
Exactly.
right?
So you have the exact same points. So what they did this morning, because they wanted to put the first and second place teams far apart, they had one start in the beginning and one start in the end. And so at that point, the team that started first, which I think was Nina and Terilyn, they were out. And so Laura and Maria really didn't have a chance to catch up with them so that they could follow each other in the dunes, which is what they did last year. Now, you can always choose to follow somebody else and work with somebody else. But anyway, so Group B here. So the Group B, you can see they're a little bit slower. They're a newer group of competitors here. We've only got one team that has come up to checkpoint 18, and in fact has reached base camp. Look at that team, 132.
Oh, that's right. I've got them on my sheet.
Yeah,
I'm keeping up with the teams that are back in base camp.
So, and that's something that you can do here in the Rebel Rally. You know what? If you decide that maybe, you're happy with just getting a couple of greens and maybe going for a couple of blues, you can go ahead and do that. Are you going to win that way? Absolutely not. But you still have the option of doing that.
Let's have a look at X-Cross.
Yeah, let's see what's going on with X-Cross in Group C. Now, these are our crossovers. These vehicles have just all-wheel drive. They don't have any kind of a locker or any kind of a low range. So they're a little bit harder to drive in the dunes, but having said that, they do not go as deep into the dunes as the four-wheel drive vehicles do.
Well, another thing I've seen for some of these X-Cross vehicles is like we've got such stringent needs for a car manufacturer to get the mileage out of a car, right? To get it,
Yep,
to get the fuel
absolutely.
mileage. But that means that a lot of drivers, that they kind of do some throttle smoothing, we could say, so that they can maintain those gas mileage numbers even when the driver is kind of belligerent with how they use a throttle.
Right.
But the downside to that is it numbs down the throttle and the shifting programs to, like, sometimes when you need the power, it's hard to get it in these X-Cross cars. So you have to be really aggressive.
All right, so look at that. That might have been the first time we saw Team 115 in the Santa Cruz up as first place. But again, they're still out there doing their stuff. Earlier we saw, who is that
them
on that screen? Is that them?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you can see the little spare tire carrier on the side. I love
Lillian
how
and
they
Jill,
did that.
right?
Yeah, that is Kristen and Jill. There are
yeah.
two journalists that are coming in there. I'm not 100% sure where they are. That is definitely in a wash. You can see with all those bushes, there's water underneath there. But, yeah, they're, the thing is, you're always on this rally. You always stop. You stop all the time. Take a heading. Look at your map. This couldn't possibly be a race because you're in and out of the car so much and stopping on the side of the road. But we do know that earlier when we went out on the dunes, we ran into Team 200, which is our top X-Cross team, 216 as well, which are the ladies in the Nissan, and then it was the
203.
Yeah, in the Bronco Sport.
In the other Bronco Sport.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so they were all working together. It looks like they've got a really close pack that's going on. But however, that was a couple of hours ago, and teams might work together for an hour or two, and then they might split up, or they might just decide like, hey, we're going to make a different decision over here. So sometimes those alliances can even change all throughout the day.
That was really clever of Carissa and Trista, though, to get teamed up with those other two.
For sure.
Hopefully they were doing well enough to stick with them, but they weren't a threat for points.
Right.
And they were able to follow Melissa Clark, and she's probably one of the most experienced dune drivers out here in the same vehicle.
Yeah.
How much would you give as a new driver to be able to follow an expert driver in the same vehicle you're driving?
Right.
100%. So that's a really great learning day for Carissa and Trista in 203.
Well, and I'll tell you, we talk about following, and a lot of people talk about, I hear a lot of things, well, you can just follow in the dunes and so blah, blah, blah. We talk about following, but here's the thing. Those teams are all, we shouldn't say follow. What we should say is collaborate, because those navigators are all working together, and they're all making a group decision about, okay, we need to go this way and this way. Meanwhile, the drivers are out, and they're looking at the dunes, and they're saying, I think we can go this way and surf on top of here, and then maybe someone else will say, well, I see a better line over here, and then everybody gets in their vehicles, and then they go do that plan. So, yes, people are following, but they're really working together. They're really just collaborating.
Yeah, and like if you came out here in some of these vehicles, these teams
you
and these
don't
ladies
be
are driving,
by yourself.
and you tried to drive around in this loose sand, you would also want to collaborate with somebody
I
else.
100% would love to collaborate with anybody else in this.
But speaking of, our ladies in the X5, the 13 BMW X5, number 210 in X-Cross, Kelsey and Elizabeth, just set out on their own, and they're well through the course. They're
good for them.
Leading some points tallies. So they were clear that they were going to work best by themselves.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we know that you guys are all watching at home, and you are hopefully commenting on our Facebook Live or our Facebook feed here, as well as on YouTube. So again, to follow us live, it's rebelrally.com/live, or on Facebook or on the YouTube. So please, please, please give us your comments, because we love to hear what you think about us, what you think about the rally, what your favorite team is, how excited you are. If you're going to go ahead and join the Rebel next year, maybe you want to come out and volunteer. We like volunteers.
All right, following from Morocco. Awesome.
Oh,
we do like
that's so
volunteers. We do like comments. We love to interact with you folks. And since we're going to be here for nearly 3 more hours, there's plenty of time for you to find something funny to say and send it this way.
Yeah. Yeah, have you driven those dunes out in Morocco, in Merzouga?
I did. I drove the Merzouga dunes when a friend of mine and I came to follow Chrissy and you guys. Actually, it was Chrissy and Alyssa in the Mercedes that year.
Yeah.
And when I got the vehicle we rented, I was like, what is this? Tires were super bald, not a thing, and there's no jack in there. It was
right.
it was barely And then I realized that's just what rental cars are there.
Yeah.
I didn't have an air pump. So when I got to the dunes, I was a little bit chicken to take as much air out as I probably needed to.
Yeah.
And here's the biggest thing I remember from the Marzuga dunes is the sand flows there different than it flows here. It flows like water.
Yeah.
When you get stuck and you're trying to dig sand out of the way, it just fills the hole back up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you
crazy.
can be digging and digging and digging and digging until you're cross-eyed.
Right.
Yeah. So we use our floor mats to get out. By the way,
if
pro
you don't
tip,
have anything else,
pro
use your
tip,
floor
if
mats.
you've got nothing else, you can use your floor mats to magnify your surface area.
Yeah, let's see
All
some
right.
of the footage from On Course. I know that we've got a bunch of video people out there, a bunch of photographers, and they've been out working in this heat and just getting some crazy good footage. So that looks like the sand highway over on the other side of the dunes outside of Gecko Road. And you know what? I mean, listen, I like getting in the big dunes, but that sand highway is really fun.
It is. It's just so flowy and surfy.
Yep.
It's really awesome.
Yeah,
we can see Rory and Renee there on the Total Chaos Equip 4Runner, as well as Susie and Julia.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that's the Iridium Jeep.
Yes.
Yep, so here we're getting into a little bit of dunes. You can see in the background there. Now, these dunes here, they'll have like kind of waves of taller dunes, and then you'll have like a little valley where it's a little bit easier to drive, and then you'll have really tall
Or
dunes.
like this big hole in the
Yeah,
bottom
look at
left
that
corner.
hole.
You don't want
Yeah.
to go there. Do not go there.
Oh, look at that Bronco. I love that thing. It's so great.
Catherine and Tori are doing really well today. And you said you teamed up with them last year.
We
in the
did.
Dunes Day,
We
right?
teamed up with them last year. She's a great dune driver. She's got a lot of great. She makes decisions really fast. She can spin on a dime when she needs to in her mind, which is really awesome. So there you see a vehicle crossing through that valley, which makes it, like I said, it's a little bit easier, And if once you get here and you look at the map and you can see where some of these checkpoints are planted, you're like, oh, well, if we need to get up on that big hill, we know that we can take that valley down and then we can scoot in. We don't have to try to take a straight cap on all those big dunes.
For sure. What I love about this Adam's drone footage here is some of his shots are big, and it gives you the perspective of how big the sand is.
Yeah, now look
here.
at that slip face right there, right?
Oy.
Oh, go. Yeah, buddy. Oh, it's so great. If you don't scout those dunes, you could get up on those. Oh, look at that. Oh.
This is stuck.
Oh, dirt.
If you sling that much sand, you're probably stuck.
You're
You
stuck.
should
Look
stop
at
spinning
those
your tires.
ruts. Oh, my gosh.
Oy.
So getting out there, that's all about digging, using your max tracks, and trying to make sure that you don't turn your wheels so that you get the least amount of resistance right there.
Totally. And just like other performance driving, your eyes are what saves the day.
Yep.
If you're looking down and you lose your momentum because you're not looking as far up as you need to go, that momentum is precious in sand.
Look where you want to go, and you will go there. Oh, man, I've got such FOMO now. I want to go out and compete in the dunes.
Well, we did get to go a little bit of zooming around earlier. I know
we did.
I was driving, but it was still fun.
No, listen, I as much as I like to drive, I do like to be a passenger because I like to see how the lines that other people take or, their braking strategies and all that. So I love it. It was great. Look at that G-Wagon.
Oh, it's fun, especially riding with someone else. You're like, oh, well, I wouldn't have turned there, but let's see how it works out. It's like, that worked out fine.
All right, so you can see these two are working together probably, oh, look at God! That sand highway is just so great.
Yeah,
now
it's
on the
super cruisy.
right-hand side of that sand highway, it goes down into like some flats that actually it's kind of easy to get a flat tire there. You have to be careful because there's a lot of dried branches and stuff that are sticking out. And I know they did have some checkpoints out there.
We did have some checkpoints down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's always one thing we have to be careful out here is you'll see tracks and you'll just assume like, oh, well, that's a Rebels track. There are so many side-by-sides out there, and you got to learn how to read those side-by-side tracks because if you follow them, they might take you to a very, very bad place.
Oh, we started today, didn't we?
We did.
We were headed into
did,
some
just a
bigger
little
dunes,
bit.
and I was like,
Just a
wait a
little
second. These are side-by-side tracks.
Yeah, like, no, don't follow them. Don't follow them.
We're not going in there.
Yeah. Oh, man, what
cool.
a great drone shot.
Oh, I'll say.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is this the regular cap? No, this is the 300 and by now 3,000 mile, 300 to 3,000 mile
300,000
Toyota.
mile Toyota. That's so cool.
Just
Look at
out
that.
here ripping around in the dunes.
Look at that. And when you see it all from above and you just see all of the slip faces and you realize like, what are we doing out here? It's just nutballs. And that's why when you come in at the end
Look
of the
at this.
day, You feel amazing. Look at that.
Yeah.
I know. It's just
That's
crazy.
still doesn't even show how
Yeah. Oh,
large
and
it is.
this is all live. This
So
is
we
everything live.
saw Jill out of the vehicle or Kristen out of the vehicle doing the lineup in front of the vehicle. They were trying to get the vehicle pointed to where the checkpoint was going to be, right?
Yep.
And they were in a wash, which obviously you have to drive around trees, but you set that intentional direction.
Yeah.
And then you drive some distance.
And then you try to drive. So, but I believe Katie has got our safety director, Jeremiah, which thank God, I think he's been really bored.
Yes.
This whole rally. I mean, the day's not over, but
right.
I think he's been pretty bored.
2.5 hours.
I know. So,
hopefully he's still going to be bored.
Let me shut up. Katie, tell me what's Jeremiah's doing.
So I just stole Jeremiah away from our friends at the BLM, who Emily works with all through the year. And I've wanted to reintroduce you to Jeremiah about 10 times this week, but he always runs off, and I've finally got him. He said that the rally has gone so great so far, but we haven't finished yet, so we're not going to jinx ourselves. But can you tell us how you make sure all these women get down here so safely?
Well, it's a lot of preparation, and it's a lot of partnership with our local EMS and law enforcement agencies. That's what we're doing here with BLM, is just establishing those relationships and making sure we understand how to get the help we need if something does happen. And that's really the name of the game out here, is just be prepared for anything and everything that could happen.
And then in terms of equipment that you make every woman have in the vehicle, give us the four main things that they have to have in their vehicle for safety.
Well, now you're putting me on the spot. I'm not sure, but I know they have to have a fire extinguisher, a first aid kit, water, and food. And they should have 24 hours worth of supplies. And we do that. I mean, you look at last year with the dust storm, the order was to come in and shelter in place, and you're going to have to stay overnight in your car. And we do that because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know, you might get stuck somewhere where we can't get to you right away, and hopefully a lot sooner than 24 hours. But we always want them prepared.
And I hear we might have some weather coming in tomorrow for the gala that you were all briefed on.
Yep, we are in a flash flood warning. That sounds more serious than it is at this point. We have a 50% chance of a half an inch of rain, which is quite a bit in the desert, with a 10% chance of 1 inch of rain. And we're going to see a little bit of wind, I think, similar today, maybe a little bit more. So, we obviously plan for the worst, hope for the best, and we're sealing up the tents, and we're just going to be ready for whatever hits us.
And as much as this has been an analog event where competitors are only allowed a map and a compass, the backbone of this rally is supported by our partners like Mapbox and Iridium. Can you talk about some of the hardware that are on the vehicles to keep the competitors safe, like the trackers and the satellite radios?
Sure, yeah, we absolutely depend on our yellow brick trackers and our app to make sure we understand where the competitors' vehicles are. We utilize the sat phones every single day, both directions, to get a hold of our competitors and let them know the information that they need, possibly, and then they call us with issues that they might have. And we utilize those several times just today with incidents that have come up, and without them, we would be blind and deaf out here, honestly. They are absolutely our communication backbone here.
So like I said, it's an analog event, but with our partner Iridium that supports all of the hardware we just discussed, these women are really safe. And thank you, finally, for giving me an interview.
Sorry.
and fingers crossed for the rest of the day that it's been as easy a rally as we've had so far.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Katie.
All right, back to you guys. Emmy, Matthew, thank you.
All right. Welcome back to the stand. We were just talking about some teams that we thought might fare better in the dunes than they did the rest of the week.
Yep.
And Shelby and Penny were top of our list, both of us.
So let's take a look. Well, let's take a look at the tracker, and let's see, we'll talk a little bit about the tracker and what's going on here.
They're in the two-door Bronco.
Right.
With some cool package, cool fenders, all that jazz, number 150.
Yep. So here we've got, so we're going to select for 150, which is pretty easy to do. You just go in there and select. So there is Team 150. Now, let's see, where are they? So they're kind of in the middle of some big stuff. They're up there, up towards the north. Thank you for zooming in there. Now, if I am remembering correctly, Emily put an ego checkpoint out there.
Oh.
Emily put an ego checkpoint out there to see if she could lure anybody into trying to drive in something that's pretty much near impossible to get to, and she's put it out there to see if anyone will pretty much fall for it. I'm not 100% sure where that is. I just know that it is in that area. So they might be falling for it, but I'll tell you, if anyone is going to get that checkpoint,
it's them.
It's going to be Shelby Hall, because that girl is a great driver. She has got that driving skills in her blood, in her heritage. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when they come back and we can ask them about it. But like you said, she's in that 150 Bronco. It has got the Sasquatch package. It's the Wild Track with the Sasquatch package, which means bigger tires, the bigger Haas suspension. It's got a little bit of a fender flare thing going on, and it's just a very, very capable vehicle right out of the box.
So they left in like the last third of folks off the start line.
Okay.
So it's no big deal to see that as far as the points tally for the day.
Right.
They're not showing so strong because they're just behind several checkpoints.
Right.
But yeah, we're really thinking they might be able to pull it together here and put a big bang at the end of their week.
Yeah, when they came in yesterday, they were in 7th place. So it'll take a big jump to get them up into a podium, but they might be able to make a top 5, which would be pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, and as we said before, literally the whole top 10.
Yeah, that are super,
or at least
super
3
close.
through 10 was pretty up for debate there.
Now, we've also been keeping tabs on the Rivian R1T. That's team 187. So let's see where they are. And, if you add your team as a favorite, then you'll only see that team. Or if you search for that team, you just search for 187, you'll only see that team on the tracker. But it looks like they're out near a green checkpoint off of the sand highway. So they're probably got a little bit of a break, and they might, no, they're in some dunes. Look at that.
We should be able to see a track log for them and watch their path around.
Yeah, let's see where they started and what they've been doing all day.
If we can bring that up. The reason I brought them up is I chatted with Chrissy about it, actually. Yeah. After checkpoint 12, a green,
okay,
everyone else in her group went a certain direction to go get the blue. That was the blue for that group.
Right.
Lily and Alex didn't go that way. They went a different way, and they went pretty far past the blue and did a whole bunch of time wasting out in some big dunes, just driving around, squiggly.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know.
Wait.
Yeah, maybe. I keep backing up. Oh, wait, we're
going. So that was the green. Now they're coming back up.
That's it.
Oh, it's
that
right
might be
there.
It right
What
there.
are they?
Is that it? Is that right there? Can we zoom into that? Yeah. If I don't know if we can get the track log, but all these green, purple above them are going to the blue that's their blue.
Oh, look at that.
They went to the wrong blue and went out in here and just spent a load of time out in the sand.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's gnarly.
And Chrissy's short quip was just like, well, I mean, these are the things you learn
These
on
are
your
the
rookie
things you learn.
competition.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. But that's so cool that we've got these Iridium trackers on there and YB tracking that you can actually, dial in. And if you know this area, you can say, like, what is happening right there? Why are they there? It's just, I really love that we've got this technology for an analog rally for the competitors, but a super digital rally for all of us here that are watching at home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think we've got Katie is out with, looks like maybe she's got someone from Mapbox, our friends at Mapbox. So, Katie, take it away.
Hi, welcome back to the finish line. We're still waiting for the competitors to come in. They must be having some fun out there if they're not back yet. But I'm lucky enough to be here with Hannah from Mapbox, and Hannah is on the navigation quality team. Are you a great navigator? What is that?
Yeah, I'm a pretty good navigator, thanks to Mapbox. But no, I love to drive. I do a lot of driving, and our navigation quality team, we do all sort of like the standard software checks to make sure that our navigation products are working well.
Okay.
But we also do a lot of actual drive testing in cars on the road in like Japan and Europe and the US, all over the place. So.
Now, I heard a minute ago, I overheard you saying that you helped someone get unstuck today. How did that go down?
Saying that I helped them is a little bit of an overstatement, but I was in the car when Bryant got the call that someone needed help. Mm-hmm. They'd gotten stuck, and so we went and helped them. They were like in one of these, what do they call those?
The
like eddies?
hat?
The witch's hat, yeah.
Lethal, those things.
Totally, and like we couldn't even see them on top of the dune, and then we like went a little bit further, and they were there, and they were like totally totally stuck. They wouldn't have been able to dig. So we spent a while digging and ended up towing them out. It was cool to watch the whole process, and also gave me some seriously healthy respect for how stuck you can get.
Yes, and isn't Bryant great from Dead Man? He comes out every year and helps out at checkpoints and is very, very good at recovery. So I was just talking to our safety guy, Jeremiah, about the backbone of the rally and how we're an analogue event. We're all paper maps and compasses. But then without companies like Mapbox and Iridium, we wouldn't really be able to do this. So can you talk to me a little bit about the technology that Mapbox supports in the rally, like YB tracking, etc.?
Totally, yeah. So Mapbox, we are a mapping platform. We have a series of different location mapping tools. Who are here, YB tracking, Onyx, Rally Offline, Rally Navigator,
Yeah, that's it.
and also several customers, so like Toyota, Rivian. But I think so. We're involved in that way. But more broadly speaking, I think that this event just really is all about the spirit of navigation, right? And that really aligns with what Mapbox is super passionate about. And we're just always seeking better ways to get people to their destination. And I think that it's cool to watch. I was totally blown away. I got here yesterday and I had no idea what to expect. And just the spirit of this event and that appreciation for how difficult navigation is, I think, is really interesting.
And I'm looking at your hat and my hat, the most coveted hats on the rally. Mapbox, I think it was Marina who made these.
Yes.
These are sacred. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me. And are you thinking about maybe doing the rally?
Oh my gosh, I hope so. Fingers crossed I can get myself in one of the cars. After driving around today, I'd never been off-roading on a dune. I'm a big skier, and it's sort of that feeling of
exactly the
going
same.
through powder. So I think I might be hooked.
There you go, Mapbox. We might need some teams in next year. Back to you, Emmy and Matthew. Thank you so much, Hannah.
Thanks, Katie. That was really cool. That piece with Hannah from Mapbox. It's my pleasure to bring you a quick little chat with a special guest, Bryce Jones from Pirelli. He's a technical product manager for North America. We're going to ask him about his off-road tires a little bit. And I've just got some general questions about Pirelli. I'm going to field him and see if he gets uncomfortable with those or not. But Bryce, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thank you very much. Now, I'm just going to start with this. Pirelli as a brand is still an Italian company, correct?
Yes.
And as we know, a lot of other tire companies have merged with others, and you buy one brand name of tire, and it's really owned by the same top of the pyramid kind of company.
Right.
Is Pirelli just kind of the lone ranger there, or are there other brands kind of under the same umbrella?
I guess I can't say for other brands, but it is truly the only brand that we have is the Pirelli brand.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I thought it the only remaining, or if one of the very few.
Yeah, we don't have a tier 2 or a tier 3 tire.
Still just authentic brand over the years. Now, typically when we think about a Pirelli, we can't think about it much without a P0 coming to mind, Porsche fitments, Lamborghini fitments, things like that.
Absolutely. The prestige, F1, that racing heritage is something that Pirelli's all about. Absolutely.
Cool. Well, I was so happy to hear that you put that F rubber technology in the all-terrain tires that are on my 4Runner. Is that right?
Well, it's not the exact same compound, but certainly the technology, the work that goes into those tires trickles down to these tires that we see here.
That is the case. That's how racing gets paid for, if anyone's curious. That's why manufacturers and tire companies, are part of it as the engineering challenge for the conditions. Now, I've never had off-road tires by Pirelli. I've been really pleased with them. Usually by this point in my rally, because I've been here 7 years chasing the rally for one reason or another, I've changed my tire pressures a few times for the terrain, based on the tire not, doing as either riding too rough or not sticking, floating in the sand or whatever. I didn't touch my tires until I got here to the dunes, and that's what stood out to me about how this Pirelli, the Scorpion ATR, is different from the other brands I've used.
Well, absolutely. To get the max traction on the sand, that soft surface, you really have to lower that pressure a fair amount to get to get plow through the soft surface.
Gotcha. And the rubber seems pretty sticky because some of the trails I was on, I was basically at half my truck on quite a severe edge with not much dirt under the tire. It was kind of the side of the tire that was riding around this other, and I was really surprised by how supple it was and easy to stick to the edge there.
Yeah, and a lot of that comes down to, at least on a soft, movable surface like this, comes down to the tread pattern. How's the tread pattern designed to take and move the sand and get it to move the vehicle forward as it goes through the sand. Yeah.
Now I heard something about stone ejectors.
Yes.
That's in your marketing,
yes.
and I haven't actually been able to touch on it until now. Tell me about how a stone ejector works.
Well, so if you have a gravel driveway, you'd know exactly what stone ejectors are about.
Okay.
If stones get stuck in the tread pattern, then when you get to higher speed, those stones start to come out, and really you want the stones to come out immediately, not when you're going 70 miles an hour down the freeway.
For sure,
So
I get that.
there are little elements down at the bottom of the grooves that don't allow the stone to really stay in the groove.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks for clarifying. Now I know you guys are OE fitment on Rivian. Is that correct?
We are, yes.
And is that what you're looking for with this tire?
Well,
is more OE fitments?
yeah. Well, we are a very OE driven company. We like to be on the OEs. And lately, we've been focusing a lot on electric vehicles, so the Rivian really is a perfect fit for us.
Mm-hmm.
And to see the two Rivians out here doing very well is really exciting for us.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Bryce. We're going to go to a quick break and more back soon. Thank you for joining us.
By Total Chaos and the end of the Rebel Rally. It looks like we just got Team 135 in a full-size Bronco. Katie, are you able to talk with that team?
No, they're just dealing with the officials at the finish line. But I think we should come over here and have a quick chat to Chris Wu, who told me he wouldn't talk to me, but now he's going to talk to me. Chris.
What are we going to talk about?
Well, you won't let me ask you questions, so you tell me what we're going to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
I want you to tell me what it's like during the year when competitors call you and say, is this official, is that official, in terms of helmets and all the equipment.
What do I tell them?
Yeah.
Look at the rule book.
Who writes?
It's very cut and dry. It's very simple.
Who writes the rule book? Can you just give us a little bit of depth on, I mean, the rule book, if you don't read it and you're silly enough to come and not read every single line, then that's your bad. But who, do you and Emily and Chrissy sit down and write that? Is that how it works?
That's how it started, and then the rule book has to evolve as the competition evolves and the technology evolves and everything else. So there's additions and changes every year.
And how many years have you been doing this?
Roughly 7.
And there was one year where you came in a bit late, right? You were at a race of your own?
I started, we did tech, and then I stepped out for a day and came back in.
And what is it about the rally that you love in terms of the community? And I know you have a really amazing team called the Woo Hoos. Is that right?
That has nothing to do with me. Amazingly, that has nothing to do with me.
So what brings you back every year?
You.
And that
if you're not coming back next year, then I'm not coming back.
Are we going to go on strike?
You can try.
Thank you so much, Chris, our technical director, who's always so friendly when I interview him. Back to Matthew and Emmy.
Thank you so much, Katie. So, you know what? Chris Wu, first of all, he's a character. I love him to death. But he has a really great racing pedigree. He races with Hall Racing, no relation to me, but a relation to Shelby Hall. Mm-hmm. They're racing stock Chevys. They have the ZR2 and the Silverado, so it's new trucks for them this year. They were out racing all of the best in the desert stuff. They do really, really well. I bug him for a seat. I'm like, Chris, all I want is 50 miles. 50 miles behind for a story, and so far he hasn't given it to me. Can you believe that?
Well, you got to keep asking, right?
I do every time I see him, and because they're racing for GM, I'm like, hey, I know you guys are going to race that Hummer. Let me get 50 miles in the Hummer, Chris, and he's just not having it. I try though.
Oh, you got to stay on those guys.
I will. Woo. Next time,
yeah.
I'm coming for you 50 miles in that race truck.
He is one of those guys you'll find on the big off-road races, and it's cool for him to bring that experience and he has that experience from being a team that's trying to see what they can get through tech on their side.
Exactly.
So they know how sneaky they've been in the past. So him then being the tech inspector, technical director, puts him in an interesting position, having had the other perspective.
But I will tell you, he's right. That rule book is cut and dried. If you look at it, and at first you might say, well, what does this rule actually mean? But then you sit down and you look at it word by word, and you really drill down. That rule book is very, very, very clear. So I know we have got some past rebels here that have showed up to join in the festivities of the finish line here at Stage 7. Katie, who do you got? Do you have my old Navi?
Well, I'm over here, but I don't see Will. Oh, here he is. Run, Will, run. Anyway, I'm going to sit down while he makes his way over here with his long cord. Can you make it? Look at Will. Classic, right? So I'm here with, this is quite priceless. Further, I'm here with Kendra Miller, who's a rebel. She's an OG rebel. We actually talked to her last night, but I wanted to ask her a few questions about her VIP program that she's running tomorrow with the VIPs. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing with them.
So basically, I'm taking some of our sponsors and VIP media people, and myself and a couple of my cohorts are going to teach them how to navigate and make them plot some points, and then we're going to send them out with some prior Rebel drivers and have them actually go navigate and find some points during the day and actually experience what it's like to be a Rebel.
So they get the legit experience from an OG. So you can imagine if you're a VIP or a client of the Rebel and you turn up to this today, which the base camp is the greatest we've ever seen, and then they've been out in the dunes with total chaos or in the buggy over there, and then they get to do a real Rebel experience. I mean, they're all in at that point. I think registration opens tonight, or maybe it was last night, I don't know. It's open, and so if you're listening and you want to register or give Kendra a call, she might give you some pointers. Go right ahead. And then next to Kendra, I've got Deb, who's also a Rebel. Now, you're an OG too?
I am an OG.
Awesome. So my question for you is, what brings you back? Like you often, so many Rebels have come back today to support everyone. What is it that makes you always want to call a Rebel when you're in a city near them?
I know. Well, right away, when you hear that they're coming into Glamis, and also I live local, so to get here in 4 hours and see everybody again, it's just something very special. The energy here and the event and the way it's run, and it's so welcoming. And I always enjoy coming back, and I love getting around with the media and showing them around and talking about being a Rebel, and that's great.
Deb's taken a bunch of people out in the sand today, which has also been fantastic. It's really cool to go out with someone that has actually done the event. But then also, being a Rebel, if you go to a new town and you look up or give Emily a call, hey, I'm in Nebraska, she'll say, well, there's a Rebelle there. And then you go and I just had a drink with Sarah Stewart, remember? In Hawaii. Yeah. So the community is fantastic and we all have a really strong bond. So it's great to see you guys. And I'm going to send it back to Emmy and Matthew.
Thank you so much, Katie. You know, that VIP program, okay, I didn't know that they were going out with, like, Rebelle drivers, but nobody asked me to be one of those drivers.
I'm really sorry. They did ask you to show your pretty face to everyone and your knowledge and your experience and share with our whole audience all week.
Oh, okay, I feel
and
better.
hang out with me all week. I'm pretty sure we've had a lot of fun together. I just want to acknowledge the beast that is the Rebelle Rally rolling into Glamis.
I know, right?
Look at our partners.
There's so many
Look
people
at
here.
The companies we work with, the people they send out. We had a bloody helicopter hanging out here a little while ago.
I mean, how many vehicles do you think are here right now?
Just here in the support and ancillary staff. I don't know,
there's
100 cars out here.
At least 100.
We're bringing a train by right now. No, but seriously, 15 manufacturer vehicles of participation, some high-tech companies, a lot of off-road businesses, and some really talented, clever folks here.
Yeah.
I'm just proud to be part of the organization.
I know.
And look,
me too.
We're 7 years in.
Isn't that crazy? And remember when Emily first started putting this together, everybody said that she couldn't do it.
I know. Well, she came. She talked to Chrissy and I. We were early. I mean, Chrissy. Let's be clear. It wasn't about me, but I needed to kind of give the thumbs up for Chrissy to spend all the time on it. But, you know, she came and talked to us, and we are both like, "That sounds like a lot of things you're going to get up to on year." I'm like, year one? You're going to do that the first year?
Yeah.
And she did.
She did. And
you don't doubt Emily.
No, if she says she's going to do something, she is definitely going to do it. But part of the thing that they have to realize that they have to do is all of the BLM permits, right? Because everything has to be permitted because we're all on public lands.
Yep.
So you've got to make sure that you're here legally, and she worked really, really hard with the BLM. The Rebelle Rally has a great relationship with the BLM, which is awesome because, you know, those guys are out here. They're keeping everybody safe. They're helping everybody enjoy these lanes. And we've got some people crossing
it's Laura
the
Wanless and
line.
Maria Guitar, 188.
All right. Katie, what do you got?
Laura Wanless and Maria Guitar, team 188. And Emily, as always, often at the start line and the finish line to greet her Rebelles after a long 7 days of competition. These two have come in, and I haven't actually heard what Emmy and Matthew said about the standings, but these two are definitely, woo! Everyone is cheering them on. Hopefully we can get an interview with them, and right behind them we've got team 160 as well. So the teams are starting to roll on in, guys. Back to Emmy and Matthew to let us know exactly where we're standing in terms of points.
So unofficially, the tracker is showing Team 188, Laura Wanless and Maria Guitar in second place with 90% of the points, 1,394 points. But again, we're not sure what's going to happen with Team 129 and that early green CP penalty.
So right, I have a little bit of news about that.
Oh,
I
you
can
do?
read
What do you
us.
got? What do you got? What
I
do you got?
snuck in there in Chrissy's den, we could call it, her scoring den, where you must really need permission to get near that area. And I just took a photo. It says collecting a checkpoint prior to its opening time.
Okay.
It tells you what the regulation number is. Is 5 points. You know, you lose 5 points.
Okay.
Okay. But the detail says 0 to 5 minutes prior to opening, 5-point penalty. Checkpoint points count. So you get a 5-point penalty off the checkpoint, but you do get the checkpoint.
Right, but that's
points.
only if it's 5 minutes or less.
But then 5+ minutes prior to opening. So more than 5 minutes prior to opening, no points counted for that checkpoint.
So we just don't know exactly when they clicked on that checkpoint. If it was more than 5 minutes, they get 0 points. If it was less than 5 minutes, they'll get 15 points, not the full 20.
Right, and if we could figure out how many points that green was worth, I mean,
I think they're all worth 20 today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, let's look at that, but let's throw it out to Katie, and we'll try to have some more information for you when Matt and I get back. Katie, who do you got?
I've got Laura Wanless and Maria Guitar here. I'm going to move on in. Emily's going to say congratulations to them first. And Laura just said it was hard this year. So it'll be interesting to see how they're feeling. Hello.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Tired, but happy. It's awesome rally.
How are the dunes today? We've all been watching you.
Very powdery, very soft. So you can see us, huh?
Well, we've been on the tracker trying to figure out the standings, so it's definitely been a competitive day.
Yeah, I suspect. Yeah.
And how did Maria do today?
She was awesome. We just did vectors back and forth. We both got out, took headings, and I felt like we were in the Matrix. We got to everywhere we wanted to get. We were a little conservative, didn't go for all the blacks, didn't want any wide misses, and wanted to be efficient and methodical with our time. So we got all the points we wanted, and knowing where we were in the rankings.
Well, congratulations and welcome home. We'll see you both inside. It's always good to see you. And then down here we have Team 160. Caitlin Mulkey. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back. How was your day in the dunes?
We had a great day in the dunes. It was so much fun. We hit our goal of getting all the blues, so it was a great day.
That's a great goal, and you achieved it.
Yeah. So as a rookie, I feel, well, it's her second year, so not a rookie team, but I'm rookie this year, so I'm glad personally how we did in the dunes.
Sorry that I'm getting so close, but the air conditioning blowing out is
I know,
delicious.
right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Now, did you guys, in the dunes, you're allowed to team up with people to help each other out. Did you team up with anyone today?
No, not really. We only teamed up with Laura here at the very end for the last 3 blues, just because we happened to both be at the wash at the same time. So we went out together and had fun over there. It's really soft over there. I feel like people are going to be getting stuck, but
I have the same feeling. So I'm glad you're back.
Yeah.
And congratulations for crossing the finish line.
Thank you.
So they're rolling in now one by one, and it sounds like the sand out there is super soft today, and we've heard a few stories of people getting stuck, and I'm sure we've got a lot more to come. Back to you, Emmy and Matthew.
Thank you so much, Katie. As we get more, as we go on in the day, the sand gets softer as it gets hotter. And, another thing that happens is, you might start your day with, 12 PSI, 15 PSI, and as your tires warm up, as it gets hotter, as those wheels move, suddenly you might get stuck and you're like, well, I'm at 12 PSI, what's going on? And you check your air pressure and you're like 18, 20. You're like, how did this happen?
The heat definitely gained some pressure there.
Yeah, right?
So that was Raquel and Caitlin in 160 coming back in. They left first this morning.
They did.
But Laura Wanless and Maria left like in the last third of the vehicles this morning. They just went out there and knocked out all the stuff they needed to get, and they're back.
I mean, listen, I guess, on those black checkpoints, when you know, and like, why would you spend any more time out there than you need to?
Yeah.
When Rebecca and I were competing, our goal was I would drive the vehicle as quickly as I could, as quickly as was legally possible, because we do have speed limits out here on some places, that would give her more time in those black checkpoints. That doesn't, other teams are doing it a different way, but for us, that really seemed to work. And sometimes, also, when you get out here, what are you triangulating off of?
Yeah, you told me you can see some of these craggly mountains in the distance over there.
Sometimes you can use some of the mountains that are off on the horizon, but only sometimes.
But if you're buried in the big dunes, you can't see anything.
No. Or if you can't see the tower off of Osborne or whatever it is. So, these two they've really got to work together. They probably did a lot of, kind of taking a cap heading, and then the navigator keeps their eye on where they want to go, and then the driver just snakes and surfs her way to that point. But here, it's a lot of working together, right? In the dunes, in the past part of the rally, we've had the navigators have had a tough day every single day. They're working hard every single day. The drivers are working hard, but they might have like 4 or 5 kilometers where it's really rough, and then they'll get a little bit of break on like a graded dirt road. Then they'll have a little bit more of tough stuff, and then they'll get a graded dirt road. When you get to the dunes, it is difficult for both all three people, right? The
Sure.
driver, the navigator, and the vehicle. And that's why we end this rally in Glamis, because it is the toughest driving challenge out there.
For sure. I love how the Santa Cruz there with
Look at that
Kristen
little Santa
and Jill. I
Cruz.
love how it's close enough that we've got a drone from here, from base camp,
Yeah.
over there following them in Wash 22. I think we're going to have a lot of other vehicles over in Wash 22. It's nearby, and there's a few more points available over there before teams come and check in here.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break so Matthew and I can get a quick drink and give Katie and Harry a little bit of a break, get a little sustenance in us for a hot second. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Honestly, this Bronco doesn't need any upgrades.
Taking this Bronco Sport through some of the terrain we went through made me totally in love with the X-Cross class.
That thing is awesome in the dunes, it's awesome in the desert, it's very comfortable for us.
Thank you very much for hanging out with us today here at the end of the Rebel Rally. This is Rebel Rally Live, presented by Toyota. We've got a car coming in right now. It's going to pick it up, and it's the Santa Cruz Team 215. All right. And then behind them, we've got the BMW X5, the polka-dotted monster. I love it. This is amazing. You know, that Team 215 and the Hyundai Santa Cruz, they have had a tough rally. I don't think they thought it was gonna be as hard as it actually is.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, they were really nervous about today, but here they are. They have made it, and I bet they are going to love a frosty beverage as soon as they get out of the
Hey, it looks like all the bumper covers are on the vehicle. It looks mostly in. Well, there's dragging something under there, but that must not be important, whatever that is.
So who cares?
Oh, right. Here's Kelsey and Elizabeth in the BMW.
Yeah.
Like we were talking, they were out on kind of rolling on their own earlier.
All right. Look at that polka. Oh, my gosh. Look at their navigator. She's so happy. She's just like, yeah.
So relieved.
All right. Katie is out there with 215 with that awesome Santa Cruz. Katie, tell us what you have.
So I'm here with 115. They've just crossed the finish line. Congratulations, ladies.
Hey, thank you.
How was your day out in the dunes?
Better than yesterday. So it was good.
We teamed up with a couple other people, an Xterra and a Tacoma. I can't remember their team numbers, but we had so much more fun just working together.
It's all about teamwork in the dunes, isn't it?
Oh, believe me, I managed to get stuck twice. The first time we dug ourselves out. The second time I was stuck down in a basin, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get back up. And we had 4 other teams come and dig us out and contribute their max tracks to give me a path to get out.
4 teams?
4 teams working.
So how many max tracks did you use?
Well, we used more than 4 because they created a bridge.
We probably use 6.
Yeah, 6 to 8.
That's what it's all about. They'll be your best friends for life, those teams, won't they?
They made me cry. I have to tell you, like, just the beauty of, like, women helping other women. It was amazing. I'm going to choke up right now. It was amazing.
That's what it's all about. Congratulations, ladies, and welcome to the finish.
Thank you.
Okay, now we've got the BMW Team 210. How cool is that? 4 teams help the Hyundai out.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh, sorry, Benzie. Congratulations.
Yeah, so this is the first BMW to ever finish the Rebelle Rally. I'm so stoked.
Congratulations. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for you as well. How was it in the dunes today for you?
It was insane. We got stuck many times. She thrives, like, gets amped up off of recovering people, thank goodness, because this is very heavy. And so every time we would get stuck, she was like, yeah! I don't know how I felt about her being so excited that we were stuck. But it was kind of hilarious. It added some levity to the situation.
And what is she mouthing there in the background?
It was awesome.
One more time.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love to see all these smiling, happy faces. You're all so pumped. Did you team up with anyone in particular?
Not today.
Lone Rangers?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't know if that was the best strategy, but we finished, so.
You know what, you're here and you are happy. And there's Emily Miller, who's always here at the finish line to greet her rebels. Love the energy here at the finish line. It's a total chaos day with all these competitors coming in just as charged as Nicole Patel always is. Back to you, Emmy and Matthew.
Wow.
I mean, we can see them from here, and that whole, it was awesome.
Oh, it's such a pile of emotions, right? You could see they're like between laughing, celebrating, crying, kind of all of it, kind of.
Yeah, although I don't know anyone
once.
who's excited when they get stuck. So that's you know what? Good on you, because that you got to have a positive energy when that happens.
You got to just go for it. Usually it's a line of profanity. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit too about the Hyundai when she said that they had teamed up with an Xterra and a Tacoma. Now, those are, of course, are four-wheel drive vehicles, and they are in the crossover. That's because sometimes those points do overlap, and the 4x4s, they have the option of going deeper in the dunes, but a lot of their checkpoints are around the perimeter. So if they're having a day and they decide, you know what, we don't really want to go into those dunes, they can stay on the outside and still get some of those checkpoints that may or may not be shared with the X-Cross. So that's why you're able to get those, differing vehicles together.
Sure, I wasn't aware that they had teamed up. That's interesting. I mean, you find, maybe they're friends, maybe they need the help with the navigation or whatever. You find what works for the time that it does work.
Absolutely.
Oh, very cool.
Absolutely. Oh, I guess Katie's got somebody special from Max Tracks, our favorite recovery gear.
I do have somebody special. I'm here with Matt Scott from Adventure Imports, and he's one of the Rebelle's original partners. So Matt is the distributor in America for Max Tracks, which is an Australian company, correct?
Yeah. Made in Brisbane and Sydney, Australia, based in Brisbane, and started, I think, like 13 years ago now.
And Max Tracks are every Rebelle's favourite tool.
You can't come here if you don't have a set of Max Tracks. I mean, people
you'd be
have been
stupid, wouldn't you?
For having other brands.
I mean, if you're out in the dunes and you don't have Max Tracks, it's really game over, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so Max Tracks are pretty simple. If you've ever seen them, they're the orange boards you shove on your tires when you get stuck, and essentially it's a really simple concept. So you just shove them under your tires, it gives you the traction you need to drive out. And what are you lacking in the dunes? You're lacking traction. The sands is kind of going everywhere, it digs your car in. Max Tracks give you the flotation, lift you up and out of what you're stuck in.
So I heard a story yesterday about a team that used 12 pairs of Max Tracks in a recovery, and this team just said that they had 4 teams helping them, and when they all band together in the dunes,
they call it the Max Tracks Highway.
The Max Tracks Highway. I haven't heard that term. That's a good one.
I mean, you can pretty much drive up anything. So, I mean, you could think of it is like when you're off-road and you put a set of Max Tracks down, your tire has about as much traction as it would on the pavement. So as long as you stay on the Max Tracks, you can pretty much climb up any dune you want.
Well, I have them in New Zealand, and I like to drive on the beach, and they're really useful because when the tide's coming in, you really want to get out of the sand if you're stuck.
Yeah, that's actually how Max Tracks was started. So Brad McCarthy, who founded it, was stuck in far north Queensland on a beach. Tide was coming in, almost lost his Land Cruiser, was shoving whatever he could find underneath his tires. And then, eventually the idea, as his trucks about his Land Cruisers about to get swept away, that's where MaxTrax was born for us. So
now, what is it? I've seen lots of copies.
Yeah.
What is it about MaxTrax that make them more durable and better than other imitation brands?
So I think there's the design, right? They not only do they nest really well together, but they're just the design of it is strong. The other main thing is the material. So we use a reinforced nylon. It's not plastic, it's not HDPE, it's nothing else. It's actually a very expensive material. And then they're also water-based, so it takes about 24 hours to make a set of MaxTrax by the time it goes through the entire process. So, we're kind of the Chinese knockoffs and the American knockoffs, so they're just running them through their mold. Like there's actually kind of a water baking process, and it's actually a lot more intricate than maybe people would think.
Well, there you have it, our favourite partner, well made. And remind me, actually, I'm going to find you later and introduce you to April Leone, who's one of our rebels, has invented something to help her get her MaxTrax off easier.
Can't wait to see it.
So we'll show you that a little bit later. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you. MaxTrax Highway, never heard of that. Love it. Back to you, Emmy and Matthew. And here comes the ice cream man.
You look who's rolled in, the ice cream man.
I see. Katie, go interview the ice cream person.
Someone bring me some ice cream, Lieutenant Dan.
How are those ice cream songs and they're like little speaker? Why is it so loud all the time?
Well, because you got to get all the kids to run out of their house going, ice cream!
I know, but sometimes when they stop in front of my house in my neighborhood, I'm like, does it still have to be that loud?
It does,
5
100%.
minutes that you're sitting there?
100%.
Oh my God, drives me nuts.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about MaxTrax because one of the cool things about it is they've got a new product called the MaxTrax Extremes, where on those little teeth, instead of being that hard nylon, it's actually a titanium. I think it's aluminum. How can it be titanium and aluminum? But it's a metal. It's a metal. It's a metal of some kind.
And it's replaceable is the key, right?
Right. So that means that you're not going to wear down those little nubbies. And if you do wear one down, you can replace it. And
yes,
you can get little shorty MaxTrax if you drive a side-by-side.
I've seen the short ones. Those look cool.
I have them for a buddy, the off-road Miata, because putting a big thing of MaxTrax across, on him, it's just they're so big.
Sure.
And so I have the little shorty ones, and then my Demo shovel right there. And honestly, that's all I really need.
I bet the shorty ones are pretty good at shoveling, also.
Yeah, you can shovel really well, but I still like to use my Demo shovel just because it's a little bit more ergonomic for me.
Sure.
But
makes sense.
I'm not saying that I don't also have a tow rope connected to the front at all times just so I can throw it to somebody, but that's what happens when you drive two-wheel drive.
Let's have a look at some other B-roll maybe we've got to check out of the day.
Oh,
cool.
man. The desert looks pretty green. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of vegetation, a little bit more than we've seen in past years. I know there's been a little bit of monsoons and stuff out here, so it's pretty cool.
I just love the scope that this gives you for the vastness of Glamis here.
Tundra.
So the Tundra hybrid of Becky and Sam. We're watching actually an interesting story with Becky and Sam now compared to Alex and Lily.
In the Rivian, yeah.
Yeah, that's that's probably the closest competition at the moment for the last position on the overall podium. Can't quite tell. Maybe that's car 1, 2, 3.
Maybe. Not
3.
Sure.
The ones that brought too many snacks.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, what would you leave at home? Some of these snacks, brought too many snacks.
No, you can never have
Said
too many
no
snacks.
one ever on the Rebelle. Can't you see? You're about to potentially be stranded out in the dunes. Of course you want your snacks. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's almost like they're driving in formation on purpose.
It's really helpful having that lead car as you're the second car because when the sun's up high, we lose that definition of shadows. So, like when we were riding together, my nose dipped down something, and I was like, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and sometimes it's easier to drive without your sunglasses. You think I've got some polarized lenses. Sometimes it just doesn't help, and you just need nothing over covering your eyes to make sure you can see everything.
There's Rory and Renee and her Total Chaos 4Runner. That thing is really nicely built. It's as nicely built as a Total Chaos project vehicle.
Yeah.
I mean, she does
Rory
work
works there, so she's got the employee discount, and she's got all the techs there to help her install everything and answer any technical questions, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, look how big that is.
I know, it's so giant. It's so giant.
Oh,
look at that. So that, y'all, is our blue checkpoint, that little pole.
Yeah, sometimes they're poles, right?
Yeah,
sometimes they're
sometimes they're
flags.
poles.
Sometimes they're poles.
Yeah.
Susie and Heidi. So, I mean, Susie and, yes.
Yep. So they're out there looking at that map, trying to figure out what their cap heading would be or what they're going to try to drive towards.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny, there are some places in the dunes where it's pretty hard packed and you don't really need to worry about getting stuck. But then there's places where you can just see like, oh no, that is going to be super soft.
Today we were out there. I was like turning uphill a couple times with not a ton of momentum, and I was like, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. We're doing fine.
And then,
but I was ready to bail any moment.
Yeah,
when you start feeling your momentum going away in a hurry, you get aimed downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
if you don't, you're going to be stuck.
Exactly, aim it downhill. And also when you stop, you always want to stop pointing downhill, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen, and it's just way easier to use gravity to your advantage.
And well, speaking of, tell people about how you can actually stick yourself by stopping too aggressively.
Yeah.
in loose sand.
You slam on your brakes, and what happens? All the weight of your vehicle transfers to the front, and then the next thing you know, you've buried your front wheels, and you're like, oh, well, I feel like a dork.
You literally can break yourself into being stuck.
Yeah,
which is hilarious.
So the key on this is not only steady throttle, but also very, very steady brakes. And you today in the dunes were so great. You know, Matthew's out here using his fancy pants left foot braking.
That's just what I do. Not everybody has to.
Yeah, but it was great because you could really feel how smooth you were able to make those dunes. And that's something that I strive for every day as a driver, both on pavement and in the dirt. Because you know what? What do they say? Slow is fast and smooth is what is it again?
Maybe slow in, fast out, or smooth is fast.
Smooth is fast, and I can't remember. I will look it up, and I will figure out what that saying is.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
In the interim, I believe we could hear from Harry, who is out here ready to have some chats. Harry, who you got?
I have no one, but I have lots of information.
Okay, we'll take it.
Fanatic about this Rebel Rally, then you'll probably have the YB tracking open, you're watching the live show, you're watching the live scoring and how all that plays out. I know that's what I'm doing, and so we're really seeing this battle for third, right? And Lily and Alex have been killing it all day in the Rivian. They just had a wide miss though, and we saw Renee and Rory have a wide miss earlier. So, you know, they're going for broke. They're really going for every black CP, but this has put Becky and Sam, the Wayfinders in the new Tundra, into third place. We're not done yet, but the way it's looking right now, Becky and Sam, last year's Rookies of the Year, who finished 8th, might be on a podium spot this year, which is pretty amazing. Tell me what you think about that, Matthew.
Yep, you looked it up. Thank you, Harry.
Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. That's the saying.
Sure.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Sounds good. I just work. This is the thing. Everyone thinks you need to be on a racetrack or something to work on your driving.
No.
You can work on your driving every day just by using your eyes and being smooth with the controls.
Yep. You just want to keep your eyes up, look where you want to go, not where you are going.
Was it, 16 candles were the driving test with a cup of full coffee?
Yeah.
Just imagine that game all day. Hey, it's Dana and Karen.
It's the Hoens coming in 108 in their Land Rover LR4. That vehicle has been on so many rallies, and I love these two. I'm so glad that they are here. We're going to have Katie get a couple of words with Mama Hoen and Mama Saxton at the finish line. Katie, are you ready?
I'm here with Karen and Dana, Team Hoen. They've made it across the finish line. Original Rebels. Always so stoked to see them. Yay!
It's so fun to be back. We had a great day. Really, really great day.
This is your 7th Rebel.
Can you believe it?
And the only team in the history of the Rebels that have ever done the competition together every single race. That's just gorgeous. Now, did you
still like each other? I mean, that's what's so much fun. Yeah.
They are the epitome of BFF. My BFFs out there, if you can see this is how we need to be in a few years. So, did you team up with anyone today?
Nope. We like to do this at our own pace. We do it our style. And we don't want to slow anybody else down with our style, so we do our own thing. We go out there and my co-doggy crushed it today.
Now
I'm surprised surprised they're not actually checking our car right now for a GPS. I mean, that's how badly we crashed it.
So do you think this is your best year yet?
No, I don't think this is our highest finish, but we feel better about this day than we did in years past, I think.
Now, what was the quote at the beginning of the rally? If Keith Richards can keep getting up and singing, you guys are going to keep coming back every single year?
You betcha.
That's correct. Yeah.
These ladies are the, you heard it here first, these ladies are the epitome of dignity and grace, and they walk in with so much style, but when they've got to get down and dirty, they do it better than anyone.
Oh.
Congratulations, love you both.
Thank you. Love you.
Back to you, Emmy and Matthew.
All right, thank you, Katie. Now, the Hohens, they're in the 4x4 class.
Sure, yep.
Because they have got four-wheel drive. They have got a low range. I'm not sure if that Defender or if that LR4 has lockers. It probably has a rear locker.
At least got a center differential
Yeah,
lock.
yeah, definitely has a center diff, but maybe not front and rears. But mainly 4x4 means that you've got a low range and a 2-speed transfer case.
That's the key piece, yeah.
Right.
And our X-Cross cars, they are all-wheel drive also.
Yep.
Often. And what would be cool, though, we know that X-Cross could be a two-wheel drive.
Yes.
We've not seen anyone get brave enough to do that yet.
Well, you know what? I've got a Baja Bug at home.
Yeah.
That might be pretty darn good.
And a Franken Miata.
Yeah, but Buddy's too small.
Let's leave
to do
Buddy
this.
out of this.
Yeah, Buddy's too small. But
we've got a graphic.
Baja,
We've got a graphic here for the vehicle classes we can take a look at.
4x4 four-wheel drive with a transfer case. So that's your Jeep Wrangler. That's your Ford Bronco. That is your Toyota Tundra, Toyota Tacoma. Whereas X-Cross can be, usually most of them have been all-wheel drive, but no transfer case. And then two-wheel drive when I come back and do it in the Baja Bug.
And I'll tell you one interesting thing. That's how the BMW ended up in X-Cross.
Yeah.
If anyone's really spent much time going off-road in those X-Drive X5s, they are quite capable.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
with a diesel, it's got the torque low down. Like, I mean, that's a really clever choice for an X-Cross vehicle.
Well, you know, Emily Miller used to pre-run the course in an X5.
Of course she did.
Yeah.
There's so many good vehicles out these days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and you outfit them with a proper set of tires, Pirelli Scorpions, and you would be very, very surprised at how far you can get. Now, we also, of course, have designations. Now, these are not any kind of a podium finishers or anything like that. It's just a way to kind of recognize what people are doing and the kind of vehicles that they're bringing in. So 40-30 are vehicles that are 40 years or older. We call it that because 40 is the new 30.
Sure.
Yep.
I'm down because I'm over these numbers also.
So for this year, I believe we only have one, and that's the 1969 Bronco of Team Roaming Wolves. They've brought that thing every year, and we always love it so much.
Please, somebody else come and be in our 40-30 class. We love seeing the old rides out here.
Yes. Now, you also have bone stock. That is wheel and tire modifications only, and that actually is a prize, but that goes to the manufacturer.
Okay.
So when you come and you bring out your bone stock Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, if you win the rally, that trophy goes to the manufacturer. So Jeep has got one from Rebecca and I for winning it. We were the first ones to win with the bone stock vehicle.
Nice.
Just proves it. You can do it. You can do it.
Our last designation there, electrified. They're pure EVs, plug-in EVs, and hybrids in general. Obviously, our event has done a lot of preparation to be able to maintain and support EV.
Yeah, bringing in renewable innovations. They're the ones that keep all of those EVs and plug-in hybrids charged up so that they can go out there and absolutely crush it on
Hopefully,
the course.
you guys also saw my interview with Bob Mount last night. I hear he's just so chock full of information. We can just sit and ask him questions forever.
Oh, no,
but
yeah.
I had a nice chat with him last night.
Yeah, Bob is great. But I believe that Katie has got the grand fromage of the Rebelle Rally. That's the big cheese. Emily Miller. Katie, give us your Emily Miller.
Thanks, guys. So I've just grabbed Emily Miller. Congratulations. Number 7 done and dusted.
Yes, we're so excited.
How great is it to see Dana and Karen cross the finish line again? Every time they're with you.
They're incredible, inspirational, and they said they had their best Dune day ever. So,
now what was different about this rally? Any insight into why this felt like such an incredible? I mean, they're all amazing, but this one it's so big.
It feels big, but it still feels like that warm vibe with everyone. I think it started with the course. The course was epic this year, and it also started with an incredible staff. And so everything felt on point. and we threw them some curveballs. It was fun. It was unexpected. And the weather cooperated, but I don't even want to say that because I hear that it might not cooperate tomorrow. But yeah, it was truly 7 years, very special.
Well, congratulations, and I love that you invite so many past rebels to this event because it makes it so warm and wonderful to see everyone. And enjoy your evening and enjoy the gala tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Back to you, Emmy and Matthew.
So, we've got a lot of new elements this year in the Rebel Rally. There was one day where they were able to get some checkpoints in a certain section. They could get them in any order.
That was cool.
Was brand new and pretty cool.
They liked that.
Yeah. We've talked to all of the drivers, not all of them, obviously, but we've talked to a lot of the drivers, and they said that the driving this year has been the toughest that they've ever had.
And they said that with a smile.
Yeah.
No one was sad about that. They were, stoked to be challenged.
Yeah, everyone loved it. And we've had a couple of different things with their enduros, right, where one enduro they had a choice between taking more difficult navigation or a more difficult driving enduro, but they were both worth the same points. And then, of course, we had the Jimmy Lewis enduro where he really brought in a lot of those Dakar-style notes. They weren't doing it for speed. Again, this is not a rally for speed, but we are getting those abbreviations and learning how to read that road book, which is pretty darn cool.
All right. So we have some award categories.
Yep.
And here we go. I mean, obviously, we've been chatting about the classes and designations already.
And then we also have the daily stage winners. So for every stage there is a winner, and that's pretty cool because you get recognized for that, for having a really good day. We've already talked about the bone stock. So you will get the team that has the highest score in a bone stock vehicle. They will get something. The Team Spirit Award is really fun.
Yeah. And it's not, we don't know about that until the end, right?
Yeah, at the end, they'll announce it at the gala.
At the gala tomorrow night.
That is voted on by all of the competitors, and it's, it can be the team that they feel was the most helpful, or one year there was a team that got it because they brought a trash bag with them, and they picked up trash everywhere they went.
Okay.
Every time they saw trash, they were picking up trash. Like, that's really cool. It's a great way to tread lightly and keep our public lands beautiful. So everybody loves the Team Spirit Award. That's just awesome.
And every team has a lot of spirit to make it through the event. So everybody's got something genuine, cool that they've done or they've been part of all week. So it's probably kind of hard to figure that out.
It is. Yeah, it is.
To see who's going to win the Team Spirit each year.
And then, of course, Rookie of the Year. This is a coveted award with the rookies because it's tough. It's tough as a rookie. Not only are you learning the whole format, you're learning strategy, you're learning your time management. Like we said, we've talked to a lot of rookies who feel like maybe they brought too much stuff. They need to work on their organization practices. So that is a great award to get. And then you can come back the next year and we can all say, oh, well, they were the Rookies of the Year last year, so they're going to do pretty good this year. And you will definitely keep your eye on that team for the next year.
Well, and like we are right now with Sam and Becky in 152 with the Tundra.
Yeah.
And in fact, that's part of a great story, and Harry pointed to it a bit earlier. Lily and Alex had a wide miss penalty, and then I talked about how they had kind of driven around and kind of missed a blue, I think. Or maybe that's where they got the wide miss penalty. But it looks like we kind of can guess about first and second place, and even that's up for debate right now.
Yeah.
But third and fourth also are going to be really interesting to work out. I see a new vehicle on the way in.
Let's see which one it is.
Let's see. It's one of our.
I love the whole stance of that Bronco. It just looks so great. All right, come on, girls.
I love the guy that was walking up here, and we all suddenly started looking at him and clapping, and he was looking like, what did I do?
All right, Team 131. All right,
Tori and Catherine in 131.
Yeah, these girls, they are so great. She's so good in the dunes. She's such a great dune driver. And I know that Katie is going to be out there and snag them for an interview. So come on down, Katie.
So I'm here with Team 131. They're just clicking their tracker right now with Emily. Hello.
Hi.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. We had a fantastic day today. We went all the way to the swing set, the flagpole. We came back out, found some more checkpoints. We had a fantastic day.
Did you team up with anyone, or were you alone?
Yeah, we were with Jessica and Christy in the Jeep. They were fantastic. I didn't want to go out into the big dunes by myself, so we teamed up with them, and it was a great time.
Any recovery today?
No recovery. We all did fantastic. It was awesome.
This energy is amazing. This is what the rally is all about. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And do you guys want to say hi to anyone at home or thank you sponsors?
You know, we're really excited that Ford allowed us to come here. We've got tons of sponsors. We've got 4 Parts, ARB, KMC Wheels, Mickey Thompson, Smittybilt, Rigid Lights. There were so many people that helped bring this Bronco together, and we're really happy that we got to do this together again for a second time in a row. And we improved year over year. We're just really thrilled. We're happy that our family supported us, my husband, my kids, her father, her mom, her boyfriend, everybody just really said, Go for it. We support you, and we had a great time as a result.
You know, Will, my cameraman here, and I were just talking last night about how fantastic it is to follow the progression of Rebels, and you've just completely laid it all out. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Love these great stories. I see another vehicle coming in. Hi, Brian. Brian's been our guy this week. Our main man. Who have we got coming in here? It's a Defender. Woohoo! A strong reception from everyone. Team 180 in the Defender. Sarah! Congratulations, ladies. Welcome.
Oh my gosh, I feel fantastic. I feel like I've just conquered the Himalayas. Yeah, I know it wasn't that extreme, but it felt like it. So,
do you feel like you conquered the Himalayas too?
No.
Can't even speak. She's so excited.
Yeah.
How was navigating today?
It was a little challenging, yeah. Just trying to, and then going through all those dunes and everything. So it was.
But you made it, and I have to ask, how's your baby? How's Lola doing?
She's good. Definitely feel a couple of little wears and tears that I'll have to sort out back at home. But
she did great going back up the hill.
Yeah, we had to fight a little bit going up the hills, but with a little help from our friends here, we were able to.
A little guidance and a little truck boards.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, teamwork, and I can see you gently wiping the 2 inches of dust off your dashboard like, oh, she's dirty. Hey, congratulations. And I can see another vehicle coming in. Who have we got there? It's a Jeep, and it's 167. Woohoo! Welcome home. Congratulations, ladies. How'd it go out there?
Oh, it was great. We had a really wonderful day. Dunes is my favorite, and my navigator did absolutely fabulous. And one of the things that really helped her, I know she's not feeling very good, so not speaking for her, but one thing I know really helped her was our ICO that was installed by Jack's Motorsports. It was spot on and really helped us to get to all the checkpoints every single time.
And we've heard from other competitors that it's been really soft out there. How was the driving?
Yeah, in the morning it was really nice. It got soft quick though when the sun came up.
Okay, well, congratulations, and we'll see you inside. Okay, back to Emmy and Matthew. The teams are rolling in now. This is getting exciting here in Glamis on Total Chaos Day.
Huh?
Thank you so much, Katie. So, oh man, I'm so glad to see that Defender come in. I just love that vehicle that's coming in here. And one of the cool things that happens is these teams come in, they get all their paperwork done and everything, and then there is a big old cooler full of what looks like a margarita mix that's happening up there. And so teams can get a little beverage if they would like, and get to cool down a little bit and get to relax here in this beautiful base camp that we've got here in Glamis, California. Oh, look at that swell. Positivity International Cup winners. Yay! Yeah, we love our International Cup. It's so difficult to get people to come here from a foreign country just because there's just so much extra work involved to get your vehicle across any kind of a border with all of your stuff. So we really appreciate all of our international competitors. We've had some this year just from Canada, but in the past we've had some come over from France. We'd love to see some competitors come in from, Mexico, South America.
In the Gazelle, lots of vehicles got shipped all the way to Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd love to see some vehicles get shipped here. There's also vehicles for rent here for any of those that want to come and just have it kind of handled.
Yeah, that's usually what those four-wheel or what the French competitor, the European competitors do is they come out and they rent a vehicle. Nina Barlow's got some vehicles for rent that are very, very well prepped, come with everything that you need. So it's kind of an arrive and drive program, which is pretty awesome.
That works out really well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you might have been able to hear Chrissy whispering in my ear.
No, what did she say?
So essentially she summed up our battle there between Lily, Alex, and Sam and Becky.
Okay, so the Toyota and the Rivian.
Yep, to say that Lily and Alex clicked on a checkpoint out of order or early. Anyway, they lost 20 points. No! And then that 20 points put now the battle is like happening right behind us in Wash 22. So whatever happened earlier in the day to then bring it to now. Like right now as we're talking,
so
they are back behind us navigating, trying to find the points. It's going to make the difference when they hit this finish line.
So if you've got your YB tracker up, go and look at Team 187 and the Tundra and see what they're doing out there in Wash 22.
The Tundra's 152.
152 and 187. They should both be back there in Wash 22. It's right near base camp, so please go look at that. We got to pull up the tracker because I got to see what's happening.
We're going to have a look at that while you guys check out Harry. He's with Laura, and they're going to chat quickly about strategy.
Yeah, that was the perfect segue because I'm here with Laura Wanless, and she was just telling me about how she prepared for this day. You had a pretty big lead in second, so how did that play into your day on day 7?
Yeah, we just didn't want to mess up the car, but we knew we had to execute on every blue, and if we went for a black, it had to be perfect because the race for third was so intense. I mean, we had a gap, but we couldn't afford to mess up. So we played it a little safe, but it was still really hard.
And last year, you were in that race for that last podium spot, so you know exactly what that's like.
Yeah, and you have to be super aggressive. All cards on the table. You basically have to hope you don't make a mistake, but you got to go for it, which is what they're all doing.
Right, it's awesome. I love to see it, and them all out there, though, giving it their all. And, win or lose, wherever they finish in the standings, no one has anything to regret when they get home after this.
No, this has been the hardest Rebelle for me personally. Like, there is 10 teams at any given moment that could be on the podium. Like, it's intense.
But it's looking like you have moved up from last year's third place finish to a second place finish. And, you and Maria had both done this event a few times with other teammates. And tell me a little bit about Maria.
Yeah. Okay, she makes you laugh nonstop, even when she's being serious. We always keep it light, but she is so good at what she does. And so I just felt really lucky to be able to partner with her.
And it's cool, we saw Tasha this year, like she came into this rally through the Honda program, and Maria came in through the Honda program. Now we see like Becky and Sam in the Toyota program, these engineers, and they've done super well. So how is it that you managed to get her as your teammate? Because she has a pretty good track record.
We were the class of 2018. We bonded in Glamis training together when she was on the Honda team. We've been friends ever since Plot Club. You've all heard that before, Plot Club.
All right.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so you have your phone back. How much was it blowing up from Plot Club?
There's like 1 million messages. I haven't read them.
And nor should you. I know some people don't even want their phones back till tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I need a break.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your insight. And there's only one position to go up next year.
Thanks, Harry.
Yep. We'll go back to the studio.
All right. Thank you, Harry, so much. It's so great getting to hear a little bit of strategy. Strategy?
Yeah, that's a word. You just made it one, right?
I did. It has been a very, very long week, and I haven't even had my evening cocktail yet.
I was eyeing some over there, but you said, oh, that's for the competitors. As I watch non-competitors over there have those drinks.
Well, then go over there and get yourself a margarita.
I'm going to wait until 5:30. It's 4:07. I've got plenty of patience. It just, when you're out in the sun like this and the sun's starting to retreat, the temperature's starting to come down, you start to relax.
Yeah.
You realize you're not going to die today after all.
No, not after all. I cheated death again, Satan.
Here we go. Oh, man. So we can see the vehicles starting to stack up. From the drone view, there's a line of vehicles kind of middle top of the screen. Those are all support vehicles. The actual competitor vehicles are there close to the flags and the finish line. So you're going to see that group of competitor vehicles grow and grow and grow as more vehicles come in. We've really only got about 10 maybe vehicles in a fifth of the class so far.
So let's look at the competition here that is going between third and fourth between third and fourth places. But I just heard that the Classic Bronco is coming in, and I think we need to wait for them because this is a fan favorite.
Yeah.
This vehicle has been in their family. Their dad bought it new off the lot and has been in their family since 1969. And these ladies, these two sisters, I mean, they know every single inch of this vehicle, and they know how to fix it. They don't need a garage. They can fix it out on course. I know that they've had mechanical trouble pretty much every single time they've come in here, and that is the risk that you take bringing in an older vehicle like that, right?
Yeah, they got the vehicle. Their dad passed, I think, in 2005, and it had been just sitting, and they knew they were going to keep it. And then they learned about the Rebelle, and then they were like, we're going to do the Rebelle in the Bronco.
Yeah.
But
so
it was kind of a not rushed, but it was like all hands on deck here.
Yeah, they had to completely restore this vehicle from the ground up. But what I love is that, you know what, it's still got that great patina on it.
Yeah.
You know, I know they've done a lot of work to it, but you look at that and you say, man, that's a survivor right there. Look at that solid axle front and rear. I'm so excited.
Shelly
to see
and Melissa,
these.
big smiles.
Yeah.
You know, what I love in their bios is like they're not stoked about being around a lot of people sometimes. Like, this looks like a terribly social event.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, it's kind of like a cool thing from their dad is like, here, this is going to get you out there and get you in front of some people.
Yeah, well, and they've come a long way with being comfortable. Some people, they just don't like a lot of crowds. And they're so friendly and they're so nice and they just love being here now. And so let's talk to Katie and see what Katie's got to say about Team Roaming Wolves.
So yes, I'm here with Team Roaming Wolves 141. Congratulations, ladies. You built this Bronco from the ground up. What a great story. How was your day in the dunes?
It was good for the majority of the day, yeah. Until it, went a little sideways. We were like, one more checkpoint before base camp. It's a blue, like we're gonna do it. And then we got super stuck in some pretty soft sand. We recognized like we shouldn't go this way, and so we were starting to turn around and we got stuck when we turned around. So that was kind of a bummer. That was the end of the day. That was the end of the day. So,
that's a high note. You end on a high note, right?
You know what? We're not dead in the desert. I'm happy.
Emmy Hall's got a story about that. Now, I love how one of your team members back in the shop, Lynch, gave you their own transmission last minute.
Matt Hardy from Tom's Off-Road.
Matt Hardy from Tom's Off-Road gave them a transmission. You haven't broken it. It's your third teammate has been incredible. Tell us a little bit about her.
Yeah, we have had no lack for power. There have been no, molten lava fluids spitting out, like nothing. It's been amazing. We can go, like everything just works the way that we wanted it to this whole time. And this year, like she just does everything. We haven't had a single issue. We've had 8 issues with me, maybe some issues with her, but like none with her.
And now I know the story about how you got this car is really special, and I want you to come full circle on that because I'm sure he'd be really proud.
He would be amazed with what it's turned into, and then what we've done with it, and doing it together. He would have loved that. Yeah, he would love it.
I've got big goosebumps. Your dad would be so proud of you. Congratulations, ladies. Love the Bronco. See you inside. Okay, right behind our Bronco, we've got the 126, the Jeep, and another Jeep. The Jeeps are rolling in. Congratulations!
I'm so excited! We had a great Dunes day today, so I'm really, really happy.
And how was the navigating?
I have become gooder. That was my goal, to be gooder. And I achieved that.
That's a quote of the day. I have become gooder. Now, one thing we haven't been asking the teams a lot this year is what are the names of your vehicles and your teams?
So our team name is Go-Go Dino, and the vehicle's name is Rex.
Okay, I get that.
And this is Dino. He's my little dinosaur that travels everywhere, so he's the mascot that's on the outside of the Jeep on the sticker.
I'm glad I asked. Well, congratulations. Welcome home, and we'll see you inside, ladies.
Thank you.
I want to say it's steak night because everyone deserves a steak at this point in the rally. Let's have a chat to Mercedes and oh, where's your mate? Gosh, Will just about tripped over his cord. Hello, Mercedes. Team 111. How'd it go today?
It went well. It went great. Emily and I were conservative with our paths. As far as going through the dunes, we wanted to hit as many as we could. We did 14 CPs total, which to me was great in the dunes. I'm not a soft dune driver. But she just had expert navigation and just found, workarounds as to where to go that's not quite so steep and things. And, the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe is just absolutely dynamic and awesome. It's super capable. And yeah, we did really good. We hit a lot more blues than we thought we could.
Fantastic. And what is the name of your team?
Team Nor'Wester.
And what does that mean? Because I haven't been asking people that, and I'm really curious.
Well, we're both she's from Portland, Oregon. I'm from Seattle, Washington. So we're Northwest. And then Nor'Wester, I think, is kind of a big storm. So we thought, it kind of works. And we had like a day to come up with a team name. So that's what we came up with.
Well, interesting point, because now that I can tell you about the weather, it sounds like we might have a bit of a storm coming in.
Oh, lovely. And yeah, I was going to say, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. Trust us.
Hey, congratulations. It's so great to see your smiling faces. And here we've got the Lexus, which the boys have talked me into getting. I need a new car, and this looks fabulous. Hello.
No, you guys, it's the hardest day.
Laura's just saying hi, so we'll let them pull forward. Come on up, and that way Will doesn't have to walk. How are you doing, Colin? It's quite hot out here. Do you need a cold drink? And Colin's got a La Croix. Okay, here we go. How was your day? Congratulations, you're home.
We did good. We did really good. It was a day of having to learn how to communicate all over again in different situations. And first time in the sand together, first time in the car together. I mean, I'd say we did pretty darn good.
And how's the navigating today?
It's the dunes.
The dunes are tricky, right? Now, I'm asking everyone their team names, because I always miss that. What's the name of your team?
Gritty Up.
Did you say Giddy Up?
Gritty.
Oh, Gritty Up. Like gritty as in dirty, or grit as in matte?
Grit. Both.
Oh my gosh, double entendre. Fantastic. Well, you guys are really stoked to be back.
We're glad to be back. We had a great day. It was fun.
Did you team up with anyone today?
A little bit, yeah.
At the beginning, we teamed up with someone for the first 7 checkpoints, but then we had different checkpoints after that. And there wasn't really anyone that had the same checkpoints that we caught up with or that caught up with us at the same time. So it was just
you just never know, right? Well, I'll let you pull forward. Thank you so much. It's such a combination of absolute exhaustion, like just talking to Laura Wanless before, she is exhausted, but then elation at the same time, and the emotions just sway. You never know. We've got Team 121. Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was your day?
We had our second best day today.
Yes. Awesome.
In the dunes.
That is so good to hear.
We partnered up with 127, and they were amazing, and we just had a great day with them.
Yep.
And how did you find the navigating?
It was great. Actually, we used the anchor from the sand highway, and it works out pretty well.
Great. Now, I'm asking everyone the name of their team, because I haven't been asking people that.
We're Dark Defender. Dark Defender.
And does it have any background meaning?
It's a black car, and it's a Defender.
I love it. I love it. Keep it simple. And it sounds like you did that today and your strategy worked. And congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great to see you. And we've got a Rivian behind us. Can we reach that far? Or we'll let them pull forward. Look at this. We've got teams coming in left, right and centre. Let's ask them to pull forward. No one listens to me. Look, I'm just like, come forward, come forward. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. Woohoo! Congratulations! How was your day in the dunes?
It was fun. We did not get stuck. I never got stuck, which is a big feat for me if you know me during training.
So you didn't, not once?
Nope.
Not once.
Oh my God, congratulations. That's great. And that's because of your fabulous navigator, perhaps?
It was.
Well, not all it's teamwork, right?
Yeah.
How was the navigation?
My teammate as well did quite well, so. Yeah.
And how was the navigation?
It was pretty good. I hit all the points and got all the checkpoints that I had initially intended to get. So I feel pretty good. You got a lot.
Look at this. You're always the coolest and calmest. Even pulling in, she's like, yeah, I'm here. I've just been 7 days in the desert, and I'm back, and it's all cruisy. Now I got a laugh out of you. Finally, it took 7 days. You guys are awesome. Congratulations. Go have a chat to Emily. She's waiting for you. Okay, back to Emmy and Matthew. Every emotion here at the finish line of the Rebelle Rally on Chaos Day.
Thank you so much, Katie. You know, driving that Rivian in the dunes is difficult because you've got a touchy throttle and you have the brake regen. So as soon as you lift off the throttle, your car basically doesn't coast. It just stops.
It's digging into the sand as it stops.
Yeah, so it's a different type of style. It's a different style of driving. And, you know, Nicole and Roe last year, they came here as rally mechanics. They both work for Rivian. They came as rally mechanics. They really supported Rebecca and I as we took our R1T last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just so glad that they got to experience it now from the competitor side.
I mean, that's got to be really nice to have come, seen the event, understand how it flows before competing in it.
Yeah, it helps.
Which not everybody gets.
No,
Most people don't get the chance to
no.
do that, but it just kind of gives you a better idea. Now, you could also just watch this cool live show we do each year, and that'll give you a lot of information about what's happening all week.
But, you know, talking about Rivian, I believe that we've got the tracker for Team 187. That's the Rivian R1T. They should be out in Wash 22 attempting to get some checkpoints. So we've got a battle here for third and fourth between 187, which is the Rivian, and 152, which is the Toyota Tundra hybrid, and that is those are our rookies of the year last year. So they're going up Wash 22.
Okay, we're watching them on Wash 22. Yeah.
Okay. And then let's see. It looks like 152.
We're headed. Is this just where we are, guys?
This might be just where we are.
Okay, this is still back in time while we're watching.
Back in time here. So 152 is leading the charge here. Now, 187 probably cannot see 152.
No,
they cannot. There's a lot of vegetation
no
in there, so you know, might look like they're following, but they are definitely not following. So 152 there is up on a blue. I know that that's a really, really pretty blue, but you do have to get up on top of some dunes.
Okay.
So I'm not sure exactly what has happened with 187, what checkpoints they got there, but that section right there is going to determine who comes away with a third place podium.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. I'll bet both of those teams, if they've got any idea how close it is, both of those teams are going to stay out there trying to collect those black diamonds.
Exactly.
As you can see the black X on the chart there. Let's get out to Katie, who is with Nicole.
Patel Vaughn, our chaos.
Hi guys, so I always say around Thursday that I'm so excited. It's like when your second cousins turn up at Christmas and they have better toys than you, and that's what it's like when Total Chaos turns up. And the energy here, I think the reason that we have to have Total Chaos sponsoring these days is because the energy is just freaking chaotic, and all these women are behaving like you do right now, like just good energy. So tell me, what did you see out there today? Because you're the dune driving master.
Today, I think the dunes were definitely a challenge for quite a few of the girls. There was a handful of teams that were stuck and having to use their max tracks to extract themselves. They were solo. The dunes were dry. The weather hit about 98 degrees, so by about 11, 12, when we lost shadows, that's where it kind of got dangerous. You can't see witch's eyes, you can't see the potholes. Driving became super technical. But, I mean, the girls were just plucking away, and everybody was moving all day long, but the pace was fast for the leaders. They were hustling.
And people have been saying that the sand was really soft. So what does that mean when you're trying to drive in the sand if it's extra soft?
Step one is having the proper tire pressure before you even go and approach your obstacle. We were running about 13, 14 pounds in our personal vehicles driving the media team, and we were still hunting for traction at times. I luckily didn't get stuck, but I mean there was a couple spots that you'll be driving and it'll stuff it, but the dunes were soft. I mean, as the day went on and the moisture gets wicked out of them, it's a crux moment for sure, and you can see the fatigue. These girls, they're amazing. They've fought, they've battled all week from cold temperatures to hot down here. I'm just so stoked to be a part of it. I want to thank Emily, the entire Rebelle Rally staff, all of the sponsors, all of the fans that have participated this week. One lucky rad human's going to win that sweepstakes with a ton of prizes. Thank you guys for watching this entire week, and thank you guys for everything.
And thank you. Like, we know that Total Chaos is with Emily throughout the year, finding the course and going remote, or like for many, many months, right? And without your support, the Rebelle wouldn't be what it is. So thanks so much. Back to you, Emmy and Matthew.
Thank you, Katie. Dude.
Yeah.
I
Patel.
love Total Chaos stuff.
Same.
I mean, first of all, I love Nicole Patel. And she and her husband built that company from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the few companies where you can actually get American-made and engineered products for your Toyota, and they are just going to bolt on perfectly, and they're going to give you so much more capability.
You walk in the front of their shop, and there's a small, room of some pretty things.
Yeah.
But then immediately you're in the production area, and then you go through one more door, and you're standing beside guys welding these parts together.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
Yeah, it's made in the USA, but it's made at their shop.
Yes.
Like they do everything together, and there's an efficiency to that.
Mm-hmm.
To you get enough calls about a part that's had some issue or whatever, and you can walk literally right back down to the drawing board.
Well,
and change something if needed.
And they also, they talk the talk, but they also walk the walk, because everybody that works for Total Chaos is out here, and they come out and they use their products and they use their rigs as their customers would. So, I mean, I love the fact that you can go out, and oftentimes when I see a truck out, just somewhere either around town or whatever, and they got a Total Chaos sticker, I'm like, hey, what's up, Chaos?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, Chaos. I'm like, yeah, I love their stuff, and it's it's a little Chaos family, which is pretty cool.
That's very good stuff. Also working at Total Chaos, sometimes your job is
to go out and have
show
fun.
up in the desert and hang out. Hey, we're going to run the new so-and-so. I want everybody to drive it. We got these new parts. Let's see what you all think.
Yeah, we've got, and we've got a couple of Total Chaos workers that are here, and that's their job today, is to hang out and shepherd around some of our media and, just be out here in the dunes and make sure that everyone is safe and see if anyone needs any help recovering. Of course, you'd get a penalty for that. But they're around, and they're there to help you if you need it.
Oh, good stuff. Bringing the chaos, Nicole does.
Bringing the chaos.
She does all kinds of other just support behind the scenes for a lot of the teams as well.
We're finally going to hear from Harry Situations. He's down here with the Bronco team number 127. Take it away, Harry.
Emmy, you heard from me earlier, remember when I was talking to Laura Wanless? But that's neither here nor there. All smiles here at the finish line. How was your day?
It was great. I'm glad I'm wearing sunglasses because I legit just cried right now. And we feel really proud of ourselves.
You should be. You are not the first. So, yeah, I mean, it's all the emotions, right, coming out from this entire week.
Totally. I didn't think it would hit me now, but it's hitting me now.
For sure. No, it's the finish line. I mean, it's that you're coming through that arch for the last time this year.
Totally. Yep, totally.
Did you team up with anyone in the dunes, or how was your day out there getting those CPs?
Yeah, we did team up. We teamed up with Jill and Evelyn. I can't remember their team number, but we just doubled up, and we totally supported each other and encouraged each other to go hard, and we all feel like badasses now. So yeah.
You should. No, actually, they just gave you props coming through. That's right, in the Defender. So my apologies. Katie interviewed them, not me. But that's awesome to have that safety net out there, right? It really makes it a lot easier when you're going for it. Are you excited to get your phone back or bummed about that?
I just told her I don't want my phone right now.
Stay in the moment for a little while.
I maybe after dinner or maybe tomorrow morning, because I do have to tell my boyfriend exactly where we are too.
Come on, he's watching. He knows you're all right.
I hope you're watching, Charlie. Woo!
And we see that a lot. I mean, I think people, it's all those emotions. You don't want to come right back to reality, right?
No, not yet. We're excited to eat dinner and just relax. So after all this, so
you should be. Enjoy the high, get a shower, sleep in tomorrow, and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you did an amazing job out there.
Thank you guys.
Still waiting for more cars to move in. We appreciate y'all staying with us. Obviously a little different than the morning show that I'm normally on, where they're off the line 2 at a time. We're not exactly sure when people are going to come in, but when they do, we'll be here to interview them.
Thank you so much, Harry. And
Thanks,
yes, you're
Harry.
right. You did do an interview with Laura Wanless, and I I forgot. So sorry, but it's payback for calling Matthew Rebecca all week long.
That's amazing. I hope we haven't chatted with Rebecca about that yet. Well, I can tell you the energy just keeps building here at the finish line as more and more rebels are just like you can see the stress draining from their bodies and then the margaritas draining into their bodies. I'm not sure that's what they're having over there. I'm a little bit jealous about the cold drinks that's being served over there. But
we got competitors walking around.
So it's just
today.
fun to see the energy building around here. A lot of smiles and
I love it because now you're just like everything is golden. You've just done this amazing thing. You've gotten this vehicle that shouldn't be in the dunes and doing the stuff that it does, and you've gotten it through and you kick some major butt and you just feel like you can conquer anything. And what's great is to see some of the things that these competitors go on to do after the Rebel Rally, or if they're like a professional driver, seeing what they learned here and then applying that to other driving things that they have to do. I mean, I have to tell you, after I took the Chevy ZR2, that was my first manufacturer vehicle that I took here, after we did really well in that, suddenly I've got manufacturers calling me like, we want you to take our rig in the Rebel Rally, we want you to take our rig, and that has happened to a couple of different people. Mercedes had the ID4 last year, and then she was
Volkswagen ID4 electric vehicle,
ID4, the electric one, and then now she's driving for Jeep. So it's great. They can really use this platform. Either they can stay here or they can use what they've learned as a jumping off point to other motorsports events. You can go out and you can do a little like mom and pop race out in Barstow, or maybe you can go out and do the Mint 400.
Sure.
Or there's all kinds of other navigational rallies that now that you've kicked some butt in this, now you can go out and see how well you do on other
and
navigational
it's so
rallies.
cool that the Rebel Rally is the longest off-road event in the country.
Exactly.
It happens to be a women's event, but it's the longest off-road event in the country.
Yeah. All right, we've got somebody coming in right now, Team 170 in a two-door Jeep. Oh,
the
this
International
is our International Cup competitors. This is Isabel. Does not speak a lot of English, so Martine has been translating for her every single day, which is just great. And you know what? I would love to hear how she feels about being out here in the desert. They're both from Quebec, which is quite a different vibe than what we've got going on down here in Klamath. So, Katie, tell me what you got.
Bonjour. I'm here with my French friends, and as Emmy said, we have one who can speak French and one who cannot. And Isabel here has been translating, right? Yeah. So tell us how the communication is. Hi, Martine. How are you? Hi. She looks tired. Can you just tell us how the communication's been through this rally? You have done an amazing job.
It was a little bit harder communication because I can understand what's going on, and that's in cat. So I end up having to translate everything, and sometimes in translation you lose words, you lose information. So we end up just trying to talk to other people, understand what was going on.
We have all been so impressed, though, with how you've been dealing with. Martine is just magical, and she's been teaching us all little bits of French, but it's been so impressive as one of our international teams to see this kind of teamwork. So well done, and we know how difficult it's been for you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll see you inside. Congratulations. It's so great. And now we've got another Jeep coming in right here. It's Team 159, Erica and Alex. Congratulations!
Excited. We had an amazing day. Alex is an awesome dune driver, so it was lots of fun. It was my first time on the dunes, so
I only scared the crap out of her like 10 times.
Yeah, at first, and by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, we're going straight down. That's fantastic.
So till yesterday, you'd never been to Glamis?
No.
I've been out here before,
but this is my first.
That's a wild trick to play on your navigator. Let's just go to Glamis and run a competition.
It worked out.
Yeah, there was a moment of like, we got in a bad spot. I was like, you have to trust me right now. It's like,
all right, I don't have a choice. We're doing it. Trust you.
We've been talking a lot about that this week. You have to be able to trust the other person. And even if you're feeling nervous, and I mean, is that your strategy, just to bring her here, having never been here? Maybe it is. It sounds like you're still friends.
Yeah. Well, this is our first. We paired up to do the competition. So as we've been going along, we figured out like Alex has like a really good sand driver, and then I have different skills, and we try to play put the person in the role that they're going to do the best in for the day. So we switch off all the time for driving and navigating. And it worked out really well for us this week. We had a nice, 10 days.
Fantastic.
We had a great competition.
Congratulations and welcome home. We've got another team coming in behind us. You guys can pull forward if you want. Sorry, what was that, Will?
We go back to the other side.
Oh, Will wants to go back to the other side. So before we get run over, we'll just quietly cross over here and then we'll be able to see. Is that Lynn and Sedona? No. Who have we got here? Team 288. And the Honda. Okay, fantastic. Now, what I was saying a second ago is we've all been talking about the whole communication aspect of it. If your driver wants to drive over a dune and the navigator is unsure about it, those are the moments in the car where you actually just have to trust the person in the seat next to you. And that's where the teams that have the experience and like we just heard, they had never driven in the dunes before, that has to be super scary. So it's an interesting dynamic when it comes to communications. Congratulations!
Hello.
How was it? Long day? Short day? How was it?
It was a good day. We both drove and running. We really loved our skid plates a couple of times, but we hit some good dunes. We went really far. It was really smooth, and we got some just kind of fun rainbows in as well. But we hit all of our blues and greens.
Wow, that's great. And any recovery for you guys today?
Just a little bit in the morning. Sand was soft. We went over some crests and kind of got stuck in the soft sand, but it took us less than 5 minutes both times and haven't had a problem since.
And your third teammate was doing well?
Did awesome. It's the first day that we've had a low fuel light for the whole Rebelle, and we climbed some hills. It was fun.
Well, congratulations and welcome back. It's been a long week and I'm sure you're stoked to get inside and hang out with all your friends.
Yes, thank you.
Back to Emmy and Matthew as the teams roll in here at the finish of the 2022 Rebelle Rally.
All right. Yeah, it's great getting those stories. The Honda's still looking quite smart there. The front bumper's still hanging on the thing. I mean, with some of these X-Cross vehicles, you don't quite know how they're going to hold up this week.
You don't know. Now, I can't tell who that is, but they're definitely going through a wash there. You can just see all of that vegetation. Sometimes it's easier to drive because it might be a little bit flatter, but it also might be a little bit softer. Again, you just never know. Now, we did get some word about, we got a special, we hate to have you guys click away from us, but today at 4:50, we're going to be live from the finish line on CNBC.
Yes, Jane Wells will be coming live from the finish line, Pacific Daylight Time, so PDT, our time.
Yeah, so in about 15, 20 minutes. So I'm pretty, that's pretty stoked that, we're getting now some major media coverage. That's pretty awesome.
When you're reading about the Rebelle Rally in business journals and
right?
Marie Claire magazine, I guess that's more obvious, but some big major outlets, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe that Mercedes had written about this for the New York Times. Okay. I'd written it up for CNET. We're in Jalopnik this year. We've been in the Drive. There's a lot of automotive outlets cover this, but it's cool to see it going out to general mass media as well.
For sure. Well, I hear that Katie is with Team Positivity. Katie, take it away.
So I'm here at the celebration with our second international team. How was your day? They are discoing down here.
It was fantastic. It was a great day.
We are seeing so many emotions here at the finish line today, and these guys are just crushing it. How was your navigation?
It was surprising. I nailed the black. Right on the bullseye. It was amazing. She turned around and said, "The Jeep is the black mark. The Jeep is the black mark."
And that's what keeps these Rebelles coming back. You nailed the black, and now you've got, it's like getting a good golf swing finally, right? You just have to keep coming back.
Keep coming back. So. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, one thing we're asking, it's funny, today we're getting our checkpoints. Our goal is to get every team at the finish line, and we're working our way through. One question we're asking is, what is the name of your team?
Team Positivity.
Yeah, I remember that from yesterday. And these two are the epitome of positivity. And we've got tattoos here, your dogs, and the only Rebelle Rally tattoo that I know of.
I was getting sunburned and I had to
put on a shirt. Now, what have we got on this piece of paper?
This here Michael Schaefer. He contacted us. It is in honor of veterans that have been lost to PTSD.
Committed suicide.
And we were honored to carry Jamie with us this whole rally.
Okay, now I'm going to cry. So that was not fair, making us all cry, but that's beautiful. Okay, thank you so much. And what was her name again, one more time?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Captain Jamie A. Brunette.
Captain Jamie A. Brunette. Well, I'm so proud of you for carrying her with you. Three teams carrying different members?
Yes.
Okay, I'm really glad I learned that right now. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
And these are the kind of stories that we don't hear about. And then we find out at the finish line and it makes you cry. Right back to you, Emmy and Matthew.
Man, that is a great way to honor a friend.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie. Matthew and I are both a little teary up here. So while we recover, we're going to go to commercial break for just a hot second.
Honestly, this Bronco doesn't need any upgrades.
Taking this Bronco Sport through some of the terrain we went through made me totally in love with the X-Cross class.
That thing is awesome in the dunes, it's awesome in the desert, it's very comfortable for us.
Welcome back, everybody, to the finish line of the Rebelle Rally Stage 7, sponsored by Total Chaos, and Rebelle Rally Live, brought to you by Toyota. And I believe that Harry Situations has got a very special guest up there close to the finish line.
Happens to be very familiar with a 3-hour show on the final day.
She sure does,
and
Harry.
familiar with the overall podium and lots of fancy things.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear from Harry.
That is right. Yeah, I'm here with 2019 winner Rochelle Croft, who also was on the live show last year. For those longtime Rebelle fans, I'm sure you'll remember. And what have you been up to lately?
Oh man, just bopping around the world, doing a little filming. We just got back from Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, Faroe Islands, filming season 5 for Expedition Overland.
Oh yeah, no big deal. Just bebopping around.
Yeah, just bebopping around. I will say it's a lot hotter here than I've been used to all summer. So, man, kudos to everybody out here digging out in the dirt today.
You're also a lot cleaner than most of the rest of us that have been doing this all week.
I know the drill. I knew to take a shower this morning before I came here. There's no way I'm fighting for showers after all these girls have been killing it out here in the dirt.
And have you been following the competition this year? Or I know you've been super busy.
I have been following it. I've been keeping tabs every day. I haven't been deep dive, but I'm noticing the trends of Nina and Tara Lynn on top, Laura and Maria in second, coming right after. I don't know how it shook out today. I wasn't following today. I was going to wait till I got here. And then crossover class had some really cool mix-ups with the Nissan, with Wild Grace doing crossover. I thought that was a really cool challenge for them. So I'm excited to hear from them how they liked it compared to the 4x4 class.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. You know, we have a Honda Pilot here behind us, and then we've seen Chris Benzies was with Melissa Clark. You know, they both competed in 4x4. I think the year that you were out here, Melissa and Terralyn had teamed up. Was that right?
I believe so. In 2019?
Yeah, in 2019.
Yes, I believe so.
The year you won, I should say.
Yes, that sounds right. In a red Jeep.
Right.
I just remember the red Jeep.
And you were maybe the only winner, as far as I know, in a Lexus to date.
I think so. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it was a LX GX460.
Right, so you were in the GX in 2019 and you brought the LX in 2020, right?
Yes, we did the J201, which was the LX 570 that we built for Lexus, and it was awesome.
Awesome. Well, we got more cars coming in, so we're going to head down the line and talk to them and see how their day went. Thanks, Rochelle.
Sounds good. Thanks, Pat.
Okay, We've got 3 teams who appear to be driving side by side. Where's Will? Oh, there he is. Good work, guys. All here, ready to go. I can just turn up. Look at this. Something's going on because they're all riding in side by side. Now maybe they've been working together and they wanted to come in with all the glory together. That's my guess. How cool. We've got a Jeep. Let's get out of the way, Will. Big reception here. We've got 4 teams coming in. Team 162 and then team 155 and the Bronco behind them. Let's see how their day went. All emotions here. Emily Miller's greeting them here at the finish line. Congratulations, ladies. How was your day?
It was great.
Can you put it into words for us? Can you put it into words for us?
I can try. We worked really hard this week, and today was just the absolute most wonderful way to end our Rebelle Rally. We're rookies, and we came in on the high note. We had an awesome day today. We made some awesome friends. We did some awesome things, and we're super pumped to be at the finish line.
Yeah. Now, I was just going to say, the 3 of you came in all together. Is that because you'd formed a friendship or an alliance today?
Yeah, definitely. We've kind of been going back and forth, helping each other along the way, and so it was really special that we could all kind of come in together.
Nothing better than rookies crossing the finish line. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you inside. And now we've got Team 155, Full Sail University. Congratulations!
Woo! I can't believe we did it. We didn't finish.
We didn't even realize it until 100 yards down the road. We're like, oh, we're going to base camp now. And they're like, wait,
We finished? We finished this thing?
Well, we just saw on the drone the three of you coming in together. That was pretty special. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we've really palled around with these two other, I guess, pairs of ladies for the past, I don't know, throughout the event, and done a lot of checkpoint kind of cross-referencing and just helping, making sure we're on the same page. They're just kind of our posse.
Now, can you remind our fans a little bit more about Full Sail University?
Sure. They're an entertainment university based out of Orlando, and they had a team of women students design all the graphics for us and, be the title sponsor, and they want to get more involved in this event in the future. And so I think it's really promising for getting more women into motorsports coverage,
Well, we've definitely got a lot of friends and family and VIPs here today that are seeing the breadth of the event, and I think the future looks good for Full Sail University and their team next year. Take care, we'll see you inside. And then we've got the Bronco Team 120. Congratulations!
Yeah, this was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Awesome day in the sand.
Epic.
You made it. It's over.
It is. We did it. That last click. Perfect.
Now, I was just talking to the other two teams. How cool that you all drove in together. Whose idea was that?
The three rookies. We all came together last night and talked about it. So, yeah, we surprised ourselves. We thought we were just going to go for the greens, and we hit a lot of the greens and blues, and yeah, we did great today. Stoked.
Well done and congratulations. Okay, let's go back and see what Matthew and Emmy are up to before we interview. We've got a few more coming in, but let's check in on maybe what's going on out on the field in terms of scoring, guys.
I'll tell you what we're still trying to figure out is what third place looks like on the podium.
Yeah, it's really difficult, because we've got it's between the Rivian R1T team 187 and then team 152 in the Toyota Tundra.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like on that last black checkpoint, that last black diamond checkpoint, who got more points?
It looks like Sam and Becky got 3 out of 5, and Lily and Alex got 2 out of 5.
Oh, no!
Or something like that. Maybe 1 point difference in that black diamond.
Yeah.
Then they'll each get 10 points for getting back to base camp. But seeing that they're done with that, I mean, the next thing to do is just head back into base camp here, so we should be seeing them any moment. But, some of the issues of a wide miss penalty and some of those things, we got to let all that stuff filter in.
Yeah.
I know my wife, Chrissy, is real busy here trying to...
I know. I just picture her behind the computer.
She usually gets, all evening to organize the scores, and everyone's going to want to know here immediately how it's turned out. And with several of these close competitions, it's really hard to say until we get down into the details.
Yeah, and, remember, the competitors don't know where they're at. I mean, they don't know how everybody else
did today. They've been busy just trying to show up at checkpoints and click this yellow box all day,
that they
right?
are trying to do.
Yeah.
So, all right, so I think we've got the tracker coming up here, so let's see where those two teams are. They should be just coming out of Wash 22, which is very close to here, and we've just got, let's see, so when was the last time this was updated?
That looks like
48:03.
Lily and Alex are on a blue checkpoint there.
Okay, this is 3 minutes ago, everybody. Yeah, let's see what's going on.
We'll rewind about 15 minutes here and see what's
And now
happening.
keep in mind, we have Group A and Group B checkpoints in this little wash here, and we're not 100% sure which ones are Group A and which ones are Group B. All right, so we're moving forward a little bit here on the tracker.
We should see both of these vehicles
there we go.
do a little pass by the same black diamond. That's it.
Yep, that's it right
where
there.
Alex and Lily
Team 187 is.
Were.
Yep, and then so remember, you think that, they're just going to go bang, bang, bang. No, they're going to stop. They're going to triangulate. They're going to look at their maps. They're going to get their map and compass, or they get their compass heading. So it's not a race, it's a rally. So they're being very, very precise in their navigation here because they know they're close. They don't know how close, but they know they're close,
so
which is just crazy.
Yeah, we can see Lily and Alex got 2 points for that black diamond. And then if I scroll up, I see that Sam and Becky got 3 points for that black diamond. Sam and Becky don't have any penalties currently.
Right.
While Lily and Alex do have a 10-point penalty, I think, for a wide miss earlier in the day.
Yeah.
We talked about how they spent a bit of time out zooming around
Yeah,
for a blue that wasn't even their blue.
Right, on the other side of the dunes.
And I see a red number 20 by checkpoint 12, a green. That must mean that they may potentially not get those points. Those are the points that was their cushion at the beginning of the day, right?
Exactly. So, when you're out here and you don't know exactly how you're going to do and you don't know where you're comparing with everybody else for the day, then it's tough, right? Because you think like, well, do I risk it and go for something so that maybe I'm going to beat these other people?
Sure.
Or maybe you have already beaten them and you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know, right? You just got to keep going for whatever you think you can get to.
And, in other races, you've got, in actual races, you've got people on the radio telling you, okay, your nearest competitor's 2 minutes behind or 5 minutes ahead or whatever. Out here, when you're competing, you have no idea where you stand.
Performance rallying was like that. Sometimes people wouldn't share their stage times, and you kind of didn't know how hard you were going to have to go to make sure you stayed ahead or behind or whatever.
Yeah.
We saw that, Doug. We saw your comment come by. I'd be proud to be a husband of one of these ladies in 2:16 also.
Yeah, Doug has been, a lot of times we've got friends or family running the team's social media from at home, because you do get access to all of the great photography that we've had. So that is Team Wild Grace. Doug has been really good at putting up a lot of updates, as well as Team Dirt Hustle, Team 188, Laura and Maria. They've got whoever's doing their socials has been really, really good. Shelby and Penny as well. So it's kind of cool that, we've got family following at home and posting up pictures and just making sure that everyone stays in the loop with everything, because as you know, none of these competitors have a cell phone. Now they're going to get their cell phones back right now as they cross the finish line, but I will bet you that probably 95% of them are not going to turn on their phones today.
Right, leave them off today.
Nope, leave those things
So if you're
off.
at home and you're anxious to hear from your loved one here, they're fine, or they'll call you if they need to, but they're just kind of settling in the achievement that's been this week of working hard and experiencing all this with these other folks.
Yeah. All right.
Also, I'm just looking at that lineup. Quite a lineup of cars back there.
Yeah. How many have we got coming in?
I know that Nina and Terrell are in, and several others back there. I've got to get out of my seat, which I can't quite do. We're a little bit chained down here. That's how they control us, or with these headsets. And then the other day they were shocking Emmy with her headset, right?
Yeah, when
you were
we had
getting
a little
shocked.
bit of rain, I was like, it's shocking me. It's shocking me.
No, they were shocking you to stay in your seat, I think.
Man, look at that long line of vehicles that are coming in. Now, those tents that you see right there, those are for some of our VIP media people. So some people are lucky enough to get to sleep in one of those stout tents, which is pretty darn awesome. But we've got a lot of vehicles coming in. It was really cool to see some of those teams coming in 3 abreast in solidarity of, the amount of time that they spent together today. It's just so cool. As Emily Miller would say, so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Everything's just so cool.
Yeah, she does. She has pride. It's
she
cool.
does. So cool.
Yeah,
I just love it.
for sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so, and like I said, it's going to be interesting to see where this rally and the knowledge that they have, where this takes them for their next big event. But I believe that Katie has got someone on the line for us. So, Katie, who are you talking to?
I'm here with Team 139, Kathleen Grace and Mandy Brezina. How was it?
Great.
I know you came in last minute this year.
Yes.
And I want to know how it was.
It was awesome. We had a blast. We had a great time.
Did you team up with anyone?
Today, yes. Tasha and Kelsey towards the second half of the day.
So,
what number are they? I'm not sure. I forget what their number is. They're super fucking fun.
That's super fucking fun, of course they are.
Yeah.
So we've got a mixture of emotions here, like complete exhaustion, me included, and elation. Are you both feeling that?
Yeah. We're totally tired. And
yeah. We had a lot of fun though. Our goals were to have fun, help each other out, and we like each other by the end of it, so it was a great time.
Yeah.
So,
Given we met 8 weeks ago?
Yeah.
8 weeks ago we met.
Well, congratulations. And if I've got my memory serving me right, we all deserve a steak tonight, and it's steak night. Unless you're vegetarian. No. But I'm a meat eater, and I'm pretty damn happy about that. But there'll always be vegetarian options with Drew Deckman inside. Congratulations again. And here we've got FJ Anna, Team 148, who I can tell you had some issues with her fuel pump that she's been chasing for how long now?
Over a year.
And the greatest thing about this rally is you figured out what was going on, and I learned that it was a sock. Tell me about what happened with the sock.
So it's the filter on the fuel pump, and it apparently had a lot of glamis still in it from my last Rebelle, and it did not get replaced when the fuel pump was replaced in September of last year. So it clogged up and it was not happy. So
when we saw Anna in the mechanics bay the other day, she was very upset, and she's like, there's some really intelligent people here and they don't know what's going on. And then we heard that they bought in a new pump, and you guys were up until 4:30 in the morning fixing it, and then the next day we saw them just cruising, and clearly the problem had been fixed. So if anything out of this rally, you've got it sorted. And did we get a shot of all these patches in here? I'm always in awe of Anna's rig. Check it out. Is that from every single place you've been?
It's a lot of places we've been, and then just kind of fun stuff that we enjoy. So
now you've done a lot of Rebelles. What do you think of this one compared to the others?
This one was a lot of fun. It was really neat being able to see it through Lisa's eyes as a rookie, because you kind of get used to the competition, and you don't see a lot of the nuances again. But it was interesting to go through the mechanical issues and then be able to overcome it, and then we had an amazing day today.
And how cool that you have been able to learn as a rookie with FJ Anna, a staple in the Rebelle community.
Yeah, it's been really amazing. She's taught me so much. She's answered all my silly questions, and I felt really prepared coming in. So I, thank her very much for that. It was invaluable.
She was great.
Congratulations, ladies. I'll let you pull forward. And next we've got a Jeep 123. Come on forward, ladies. The wrap on this is amazing. Sri and Michelle, congratulations! We finished! You sure did. How was your last day in the Glamis sand dunes?
Crazy, hectic, terrifying, but we made it through. Yes. We do not have any experience in these kinds of sand dunes, any kind of dry sand. Everything we practiced on was like wet, compact sand, so definitely a shock when we got out here yesterday, but we managed, we got out, we didn't get stuck.
Yeah, and Nina's class this morning was super helpful, right? Because she told us what the shape of the sand dune and the crescent and what to look out for. So that was super helpful, that helped us navigate the whole day.
So I actually heard that in the morning meeting. Emily did a class and then Nina Barlow did a class, so that anyone who hadn't driven in the dunes had a little background. Yes. So you found that really helpful?
Very helpful, because I've never seen a dune like this before, and it was the first time. So it was super helpful to understand how to actually jump from one dune to the other. She was able to actually help, and that was super, super helpful. Yeah.
Now, are you the team that packed too many snacks?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I've got
some. We have.
Are you still? I was going to say that's normally not true, because at the end you've run out, and you've got. Oh, they've got some left over. Are you guys hungry?
What do you
Which
want?
snacks you want first?
I like those Welch's. The boys will like those. Would you like some sugar? Your blood sugar's a bit low, clearly, because you snatched them.
No. What do you want?
So the team, I thought they were going to say, no, you can never pack too many snacks, but they've actually got some left over. So you get the award for being the most prepared, because you wouldn't go hungry if you were stuck out there, but I'm glad you're not stuck out there. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Go ahead and pull forward. So I'm out here with Will and Colin, and our goal is to hit as many checkpoints as we can, which is to talk to every single team that crosses this line. We've been out here since 2:30. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
How do you feel?
We're so stoked. We had the best day. It was so amazing.
We had the best week. Our car came in at the last minute, so we got our car 2 hours before prologue. We didn't know if we were going to run.
Wait, were you the car that came in on the back of a truck?
No, our radiator blew on the way down, and it had to be repaired. We had to leave it 60 miles north of Tahoe.
And then what happened?
We left our family there, and they drove it to us in Tonopah and met us at Base Camp 1 and got the car to us 2 hours before prologue day.
So you're definitely the comeback kids.
We are 100%.
We didn't know.
From then on out, all the stress was over because we got the car. So everything else has just been beautiful.
So you had your day 3 on day 1?
Yes.
Now, what's the name of your team?
So we're Team Baby Bronco.
Team Baby Bronco, and that's an obvious one, isn't it? Is there any story to that?
No, just basically, whenever you tell anybody you have a Bronco, and a Bronco Sport, they always assume it's the large one. So we just, oh no, it's the baby Bronco, and we just felt it fit, and we went with that, and we love it.
Well, we're really glad to see you, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
See you inside. And we've got another Bronco here. I think, it's Melissa Fisher, now Melissa Clark. Her husband's been on our team all week, Brian Clark. He has been amazing. He's taken care of the team through and through. We're just talking about your husband, but enough of that. Congratulations!
Thank you! Bronco Sport for the win!
Bronco Sport for the win. These two have won their division, and I've just met your husband as well. He's here to see you.
The plates and the silverware so we can eat tomorrow. Very important person.
So watching you guys has been incredible. You are a dream team through and through. Tell us a little bit about your partnership.
I mean, it's worked out amazingly. I just think, trusting her navigation skills and her trusting in me as a driver, we created synergy. I mean, we did a little bit of training, but once you get out here and you really get the real stress going of the real deal, I think we really got into. I've done navigation in the past, as you know. I've been the navigator, and I finally just was like, she's got this. I'm going to drive and she's going to navigate, and it worked great.
She's one smart lady.
She's super smart. She uses the calculator and math all day long.
It's a whole different level of mathematics. But you're a crushing driver, and your husband keeps saying, "Oh, Melissa's going to be loving this day with this driving."
It was. There was some stressful moments. I mean, the sand was soft out there, and we got stuck one time briefly. Each of the three of us went out together. We each got stuck briefly for one time. The soft sand made it more of a challenge. I aired down quite a bit to try to get the traction out there, but it came together in the afternoon when we were out there, and we were able to grab stuff.
Well, congratulations, you absolutely crushed it. And on that winning note, I'm going to send it back to the others.
All right, that Team 200 in that little Bronco Sport, man, they know what they're doing. I got to tell you, Chris Benzie, fantastic navigator. She's got flow charts and spreadsheets.
Yeah,
and
what do you expect from a professional in the aerospace industry for 40 years?
I mean, it's nuts. The amount of detail that she goes into, I love it.
Yeah, I've been able to query her before about some of the different jobs and positions she's had. It's just a fantastic chat.
Well, it looks like we've got the Nissan Pathfinder has moved up. We're trying to keep all of these vehicles moving forward so they can get through the finish line. But Harry is up here with the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek Edition with Team 216, Lynn and Sedona. Harry.
Yeah, we're here with Lynn Woodward and Sedona Blinson. Lynn, from Kelly Blue Book, she reviews a lot of vehicles, and you asked me at the beginning of the week to check back with you about this vehicle. This is your first time in X-Cross at the Rebelle Rally, and tell me, how did this Pathfinder work for you?
So this is overall amazing. This is the specific Rock Creek edition of the Pathfinder. There are a lot of OEMs and SUVs out there that are sort of trying to be a little bit more aggressive, more overlanding specific for people who like to kind of get out and be adventurous. And we were really interested to see if this one actually could do stuff. They do have a couple of extra sort of goodies on here. You do get better tires and wheels, and you do get a little bit of a lift. Honestly, if you are going to do what Sedona and I just did for a week, I may not recommend actually getting the Pathfinder. But if you are out there, we were talking about this, on a moderate, even to a difficult path, you will not have any problem getting out of it. I mean, this thing surprised us day after day, and we pushed this thing very hard.
Well, it's still in one piece. You drove it in, so that's always a good sign, right?
We're missing a bit of body cladding, but other than that, it's all good. Yeah.
I'd have to check the rule book, and I think if most of the vehicle crosses the finish line, that counts.
Well, we have it in the car. That counts. So we have the bits with us.
Oh, well then you're good. You're good. All right, speaking of the rule book, behind you we have perhaps the winners, Nina and Terlin, moving up. And we want to talk to them a little bit about the rule book too, because I know that came up today. If you were watching the tracker and you were watching all the scoring at home, then you know that they maybe clicked early on a green. So there's some folks out there that know the rulebooks real well. This team is one of them. They actually bring the rulebook with them. So we're going to talk to them about, hopefully. Hey, Chris. There we go. You just have to yell at people around here and you get your way. Nina, our cord's only so long here. Yeah, we'll walk with you.
All right, I'm out of gas. I'm running on pure electric right now.
Oh,
I ran out of
nice and quiet for our interview.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this green checkpoint that you encountered and timing and how that went today. I think most people expected the two of you to play it conservative, but watching from home, wait, that was conservative?
That was conservative. There was many moments where I said, well, Nina would do this, but we're going to play it nice and calm and smooth, and we're going to go do this instead. So
I'll have to take your word for it. I know nearly every team I talked to at the start line today said they had trained with you, and that really gave them the confidence in the dunes to be prepared for today.
That's very gratifying, and most importantly, if everybody finished safe, then I did my job. So hopefully that's going to be the case.
And what happened with the timing on this green checkpoint?
So we just got there a few minutes early. And I don't think we usually are not. We're usually spending every minute we can hunting those checkpoints. So we weren't really thinking about. We're usually worried about getting to a green late and watching that end. So we're like, oh, we got plenty of time. So I clicked it a few minutes early, and then we realized, oh my gosh, that wasn't our open time. So we waited a few minutes until it was our official open time, and we clicked again. We know that the spirit of it, the rule is, to keep kind of everybody moving down the course at a certain pace so that, all the safety and support can be in place and ready to go. So.
And there's no competitive advantage if you're waiting. I'm impressed you carry the rulebook with you. Do you do that every year?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to hear what Emmy and Matthew have to say about that.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out because that is going to determine first and second place.
Hey, it is a game, and you want to play the game well, you need the rule book with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
The 2022 Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Get lost without getting lost. When your adventure takes you off the beaten path, Iridium is there. Whether you're camping in the woods, hiking a mountain, or sailing the ocean, Iridium satellite communicators keep you connected regardless of weather conditions, terrain, or location. Built to be portable, rugged, and easy to use, Iridium and Iridium connected devices deliver peace of mind for you and your loved ones through real-time two-way voice calling, text messaging, photo sharing, social media, GPS, weather monitoring, and SOS, even in the most remote locations. Choose from a selection of products ranging from satellite phones to Bluetooth-enabled hotspots made by the brands you trust to call home, share the moment, or get help when needed. So, get out, take a hike, seize the day, but stay connected. Iridium, your world, our network.
Pavement is optional. Total Chaos equipment is built for travel. Introducing our newest project vehicle, Seabiscuit, a Lexus GX 460. It combines luxury interior with performance off-road components. It's outfitted with our newest suspension package, designed specifically for KDSS models. Explore more.
Welcome back to the finish line of the 7th annual Rebel Rally, where the excitement is, as they say, palpable.
For sure. A lot of energy around here, a lot of folks on their feet, most holding some sort of beverage or another, cheers, and like a lot of laughter. They are really pleased to have the adventure of today in the bag.
Yep, exactly. We've got a lot of VIPs here, which means a lot of friends and family members are here. Not everybody, because, you know, they're VIPs. They are VIPs. But we've got a lot of interviews coming for you here at the finish line. So I believe it is Katie that I am tossing to. Katie, what do you got?
Just wiping the dust off my shirt. Well, you're supposed to tell me when I get disheveled, which I am a little bit today because, you know, it's been 7 days. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we've just been chatting here to Katie. Yesterday she had some technical difficulties and had to fix her own car, and I'm like, well, okay, you're a mechanic? And she said, no, I'm a marketing manager. I've learned everything off of YouTube. Could you please tell me what you fixed last night?
Yeah, so one of the nuts came off of the sway bar. And so the sway bar link and the sway bar itself ripped off my CV boot and also bent my tie rod. So we looked at the tie rod, asked the mechanics just to let us know if they felt like it would be safe for today, and they said, oh yeah, it's fine. I said, cool, I'll run it. But then I had to makeshift a CV boot out of like little plastic trash baggies and duct tape and zip ties, and it made it about halfway through the day today on one side, but it's still on, but one side of the zip ties has popped off, but it's still enough protection that it keeps some of the grease in there and keeps some of the dirt out. So.
And you made it home. Congratulations. You guys have been amazing to talk to at every finish line. Congratulations. How was your first day in the dunes? Another team where the driver just dumped the navigator into the dunes and they'd never seen them before.
I told Katie, I said, okay, I'm going to close my eyes for just a little bit and I want to just ride the waves. I was like, okay, this is really cool. I'm loving this. So yeah, I just closed my eyes and rode the waves for a little bit, and when she dropped down, I'm like, okay. After a little bit, I stopped doing that, but it was amazing.
Well, you made it, and you guys are an awesome team, and I've loved chatting to you all week.
Thank you.
So they couldn't look at YouTube because we're on the Rebel Rally, which is analog, but it's interesting to know if you're at home and you don't know how to fix your vehicle, you have a certain amount of time in the mechanics bay and they will teach you what to do if you don't know, or you can ask them questions if you need clarification. But how cool. I thought she was a mechanic and she's a marketing manager, so that means I can learn too.
Like Jolly Ranchers.
Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
You're all done.
How were the dunes?
They were phenomenal. So much fun. Such a day I would live on repeat over and over. It was a great day.
So clearly you trust your driver?
Wholeheartedly, 100%. 100%. She's a fantastic driver. Couldn't be more lucky to have her as a sister.
Your actual sisters?
Sisters-in-law.
Oh, that's right. And that's why you came together. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations. Say again.
I just want to say to anybody that'll listen, if you consider yourself a lifelong learner, go to MaddieWrightFoundation.org and you might just save somebody's life.
Check it out.
Thank you. Nice job. And now we've got a car with no one in it. The things you find on the Rebel Rally. Maybe I should get in it. I was just going to jump in and take it for a spin, Dolly.
Go for it.
This is the V Across. And it's like a space car. I'm jumping out. No, you jump in.
Show you something.
You jump. What do you want to show me? Oh, look at her little car, her mini V Across.
It only fell out 5 times in the last 2 days.
I
know we're rocking it too hard when that sucker falls out.
Oh my gosh, Dolly. Every day Dolly has arrived and she's like, I'm home. It makes me feel so good when Dolly comes back to camp. I feel very safe. Dolly and Amber are our mother and daughter team. How's it been?
Rough. It was rough.
With Amber or on?
No, with Amber was great. She taught me how to drive. She did the max tracks today, got us out of the sand, got us out of some really sticky situations.
Huh. You know what, when I asked Dolly the other day how Amber was when she was a teenager, because I've got teenagers, she said she was horrific. So all you mothers out there, daughters do turn around.
Just remember, the kids need to be kids, and they grow up and be adults. No matter how you do it, they're going to grow up. So just, be calm. Be easy with those kids.
You know, you're the second Rebelle mom that said that to me on this rally. Just let your daughters be who they want to be.
Well, she's my first. The fourth one said, Mom, you didn't let me do that. Or the first one, Mom, you didn't let me do what Sarah did.
It always goes that way. Well,
exactly.
Congratulations. I'm so stoked to see you guys.
Thank you.
And the Via Cross. And next we've got Team 166, Z50 Racing, Renee and Karen. Well, look at you two cheersing already. Let's pull forward.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
How was your day in the dunes?
Super awesome. We had a ton of fun. We got super sandy from helping a few people get unstuck. We didn't even get close to being stuck because the little baby goat will go anywhere. So it was good.
The little baby goat.
Yeah.
Do we call her the goat?
Yeah, little baby goat. That's his name.
And what's your team name?
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Oh my God, look at these two. Oh, a breadth of emotion today, and you guys get the we're cool and cruise.
Yeah, we're cool. We're cool. Everything was fun. Everything was fun. We had
The whole rally was fun.
just cruising through the dunes, watching people get to places that I was like, man, are they going to make that? Ooh, they did. And then seeing people that didn't think they could get there, and it's like the level of confidence just grow in them. We could see them, and it was fun.
You know, that's a Rebelle mantra, right? If it's not fun, we're not doing it. So keep that mantra. Thank you so much. Congratulations. It's so true, isn't it? If it's not fun, why would you bother? Are you having fun, Will? Dead silence. It's quite hot out here. Okay, here we go. Team Chaos, team of the day, because we're sponsored by Total Chaos in the Dunes. Woo! How was it, ladies?
Oh my God!
Oh gosh, amazing.
Yeah.
So good,
Oh,
so
yeah.
challenging, so exhausting, so
Worth
rewarding.
every minute. Yes.
We know you can drive the dunes. How was it today?
Oh, I mean, just epic. We hammered on it. We got pretty much everything we wanted to get to. Made great strategic decisions to get back to base camp today.
Yeah, she did not hesitate. She didn't hesitate at all. We approached checkpoints from all different angles, from different degrees, using different strategies on all of them, and she did not hesitate. Handled the vehicle like you wouldn't believe, like butter. I am a paranoid passenger. I'd go anywhere with her.
Now, I've got Matthew Johnson in my ear asking me something about a front bumper.
What about it? What about it? It's still there.
What about it?
I mean, it's not completely hanging on where it should be, but it's there.
I have a question for you. Isn't the definition of a bumper
to bump?
Bumper?
Hello, I used it accordingly, appropriately, whatever the word is.
There's your answer, Matthew. Isn't the definition of a bumper to bump? I think we'll just leave it at that, right?
So let me just tell you that this chick right here, I've sat in the navigator seat the last 4 years, and it was hard to hand off, but I'm not going to lie, this chick is a badass, and I would have her sit in my right seat any day for any rally.
Takes when you know it.
You are both badass ladies. Well done. Congratulations. Always great to see all of you.
Thank you, guys.
Let's let everyone pull forward and we'll walk with them and have a look at the bumper. Oh, dear. There's a bit.
Let me just say one more thing.
Oh, wait, one more thing.
So, I think that had we not had the Total Chaos suspension, that would have been a lot worse. Things would have been a lot worse. This rally was definitely a lot more comfortable thanks to Total Chaos.
I can tell you my neck is in good condition because of your suspension.
It's Total Chaos, and that's why Total Chaos sponsors this leg of the rally.
Every competitor should seriously consider. Should seriously consider playing with their suspension, because I don't know that much of the difference until I sat here and was like, oh my gosh, I can put my head down and navigate and not get whiplash. It's incredible.
Well, there you have it from the horse's mouth. The magic carpet ride in Total Chaos.
I haven't heard that in a while.
And the bumper might have been a lot worse off without the Total Chaos suspension. And here we've got Team 134. Welcome home. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a day.
Oh my God, it was a crazy day.
Tell us about that day.
Oh man, so we got stuck fairly early in the morning, which we thought would be the kind of the climax of our stuckery. But then we decided to go to the swing set,
was
where it
terrible
really
choice.
got to be just a crazy time. I want to swear so badly. The only way to describe it is swearing. But we got out of there and we were there with another team, and yeah, we got to see the swing set. We made it to the
Memorial.
random memorial that it was like 2.2 kilometers, but it was really like 9,000 kilometers in there. And then
You've seen a lot more of Glamis than I have.
We saw a lot today.
It was terrifying, but we got out and we had a great day. So yeah.
Well, I think that's the quote of the day, the climax of our stuckery. Let's just leave it at that. Congratulations. I'm so happy to see you back here. Team 134. We're slowly getting down the line. We're getting our checkpoints one by one because we want to talk to every single rebel that makes it across this finish line tonight. And we've got Team 101. Big smile!
Yeah, we made it.
We did the dang thing.
You did the dang thing. Is there anyone at home you want to say hello to?
Absolutely.
She does.
My baby boy Nash, little 1-year-old. Can't wait to see him. Yeah.
That's a long week away from a 1-year-old.
Very long. He's going to be changed in all sorts of ways, I'm sure, when I get back.
And I bet you will have changed as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But we call it the Rebel Hangover. It takes a wee while. There's a support group for it, and when I'm serious. And then when you come out of it, you might find that a few things have changed.
No. Yeah. We're looking forward to figuring out what those are.
Okay, well, congratulations yet again, and we'll see you inside for some dinner. Let's get one more team here before we throw it back to Emmy and Matthew, because I feel like we're on a roll with getting our checkpoints. Don't you feel that, Will? Sure. Hello, congratulations.
Yes, we're done. What a day here in Glamis. We have had an awesome time. The dunes did not disappoint. We got stuck, but we got spectacularly stuck. So I'm sure you can see all that fun later. So it was awesome.
We were out there alongside everyone getting lots of footage, and you can see the footage as well when you go back and watch all of the shows and the great content that our team has collected over the week. How was your day?
Excellent. Really was. Definitely got a workout.
We got the shovels out and the max tracks to get unstuck. So we used all our tools today. So it was a workout.
Well, congratulations and thank you so much. And before I send it back to Matthew and Emmy, I'm going to give a shout out to Demos shovels, because we need our Demos shovels here in the dunes, because it's a lot of digging on days like this. Back to you, Emmy and Matthew.
Wow. Wow. We've had maximum stuckery that happened first thing in the morning. Rory and Renee that really worked out the grill on that
I can't
Forerunner.
wait to see. I mean, even from this angle, I mean, it's definitely worse on the driver's side, but even here on the passenger side, like, that must have been a pretty big hit.
The longer you look at the front of that truck, the more small things you see ajar. You're like, that's not just a bumper ajar.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
Man, and other our friends in 158 there, the Rugged Ridge Jeep. They were a really fun interview all week, but tales of getting unstuck as well, lots of digging and such.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, it would have been cool to have a 392? Is that what the V8 is?
Yeah, that's
in
the Jeep
101?
392, yeah.
That'd be quite helpful to not be stuck today.
That would be pretty awesome. We'd be like, horsepower, beer, football.
You would, but then if that didn't work, you'd be real stuck.
Yep, 100,
right.
100. Well, I think we need to go to a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back here at the finish line of the 7th Annual Rebel Rally.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
The Rebel Rally is the longest competitive off-road navigation rally in the U.S. It is remote, unique, and extremely challenging. When we launched the Rebel, we needed a robust, multi-function tracking system to serve as the backbone for course and safety operations. Unique to the Rebel, it also has to interface directly with our real-time scoring system. The tracker must be reliable, durable, and never fail, combined with superior customer support. We chose Iridium-based YB tracking. It's the best product and the most experienced people. YB tracking has been a critical component of our safety and success since day one.
Welcome back to Rebel Rally Live, brought to you by Toyota. And I would like to make a public apology, Matthew, to your wife, Chrissy Beavis, because I did walk into the trailer today and she was taking a nap and I needed to go to the bathroom, and I just thought I could pick a porta potty or I could pick a trailer.
Well, it was 12:30 during the day. How would you know?
I mean, well, there maybe was a sign on the door that said "Don't knock," but I was like, "Well, don't knock. Okay, I won't knock. I'll just
walk on in there. It'll be fine." That just speaks to your comfort and friendship with everyone. You're like,
absolutely. Yeah. And we haven't talked enough about it. Sleep out here is really, really important. But I have to tell you, everybody has been in bed usually by like 8:30.
Yeah.
Not tonight, baby.
Nope, not tonight.
There's usually some kind of an impromptu dance party that happens in there. People stay up, usually about 11 o'clock, and then just quiet. At 5 o'clock, there's no cowbell.
I know,
there's no
right?
alarms.
No trains blowing their whistle
well,
as there were.
We still might have trains blowing their whistles.
There's trains coming by. They're just not, incessantly honking all night long.
Yeah, from Amboy. That was so loud.
I don't know if we're going back there to sleep.
That was so loud.
Oh, yikes.
All right, well, I know that Harry's at the finish line again. We're going to bring you guys quick little interviews from everybody that crosses the finish line here at the Rebel Rally. Harry, who are you with?
Yeah, we're here with the rugged Ruby Bells. Lee, you've got a winch. You've got a high lift jack. You've got sandboards. You've got shovels. How much of it did you need to use today?
So actually we did get a lot of stuff off of this roof rack. We used about 4 of our Rugged Ridge Max tracks. We used several shovels. No high lift, thank goodness, but yeah, we got spectacularly stuck, but we used the right tools and we got unstuck, so that was the main thing. Yeah, the dunes did not disappoint. It was awesome today.
And did you team up with anybody out there? Were you on your own?
Yeah, no, we actually teamed up. So one of the times our tools were, we actually got the winch out and we winched to Dixie in front of us, and they were awesome help. So Dixie 4-wheel drive got us out.
Awesome. It seems like a lot of rookies helping each other out, which is great.
Absolutely, yeah. No, the camaraderie out here has been wonderful.
That's great. And you get to cross under this arch for one last time.
Yes, the finish.
Moving back now, we've got Verena and Tana in the Kia, or maybe out of the Kia. You've been in this thing all day. You're ready to go. They're getting their prohibited items opened up, so that's their cell phones and all those devices that they haven't been able to use all week. So I know you're a gamer. How hard is it for you to go without all these devices?
Oh, well, it's nice being away from any devices, just to let my brain just melt and just be like, I don't know, just be empty, because I work in gaming now, so yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm sure just to focus on the task at hand, no distractions. How often do we have that opportunity in the rest of the week?
Absolutely. You don't even have time to read a book these days. But I'd rather be driving.
Just a road book, right?
Yeah, that's right. Lots of math.
Lots of road books this year.
And I saw you when I was out there early today carving all around. What was your strategy going into the last day?
Well, really we wanted to team up with somebody, so we ended up teaming up with Mountain Subi. They were in third going into it. I don't know where they're ending up, but I really wanted to support them and make sure that they stayed on the podium. So we were there to help them along. And Angie's an excellent navigator, but just wanted to make sure they nailed it.
For sure, safety in numbers is important out there, especially in the dunes. And did you help out any 4x4s? I could have sworn I saw you out there by like the Xterra and some others too.
Oh, I know that we came up on a couple people in a time or two. I know a few days back we hung out with some 4x4s.
Yeah.
And got through some enduros and such together, so that was fun.
I think everyone's paths were crossing out there today. There were tracks crisscrossing every which way. Well, welcome to the finish and congratulations.
Thank you.
So you mentioned Mountain Subi. These ladies already telling stories about their day. Hey, save some stories for us. So if there is a fan favorite online, it is definitely Mountain Subi. Yeah. I don't know how many times your car gets reshared, people are tagging you, and you two crushed it this year. I know you kind of teamed up at the last minute, but how did it go out today in the dunes?
It went really well. We worked really well together. Our communication was spot on, and we just kept our head down and went and hunted our checkpoints and worked really well with the other team, and just had a great time out there in the dunes. I love the sand. I really I fallen in love with the sand. So at the end, our last checkpoint had to go up and do a little victory rainbow. So.
How do you fit Desert Subi on a license plate?
DSRT, I guess.
I guess so.
SUB.
And are these Max Tracks still new? Did you use them today?
Did not use them at all on the rally. I am feeling very fortunate. I've made some upgrades to the car this year, and they've really made a big difference with the torque locker and the bigger BFG KO2 tires. So those have made a big difference.
Well, Carrie, we know you're out there every weekend, so if you didn't use them on the rally, I know you'll use them sooner now.
I use them all the time, but mostly for when we're out with friends and out on other trips, but didn't have to use them this time.
That's excellent. Well, we'll let you get your prohibited items. We'll let you go through the arch and start celebrating. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, come here.
All smiles here at the finish line. Emmy and Matthew, we'll go back to you.
All right, thank you so much. It's just so great seeing all of these vehicles that come in. And, of course, Mountain Subi, just like that Bronco, is a fan favorite. And I love it. Look at all those dust lights she's got on there. She's got a light bar on the roof. She's got 4 cubes down the below. That girl's going to be cutting through the dust.
I love it. Subaru's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, our team out there trying to bring you interviews from every car crossing the line here. I love how Harry and Katie can switch in and out, but it's always Will with his pink socks up
Will
to his
has not
knees.
gotten a break.
Look, he's moving a little bit slower than he was 3 hours ago.
Oh, poor Will. Will, we love you. You're the best / worst. And Mountain Subi has also been, every time they've come into the finish line, it seems like they've had a squeak or a rattle or something, but I don't hear anything today, so they must have gotten all of that fixed
They're
yesterday.
all smiles
in the
as
mechanics.
usual.
Yeah. No, that thing is so cool. I love it. I love it. Now, Subaru has got a wilderness package now on their Foresters and Outbacks, which gives you a little bit of what Mountain Subi has got going on straight from the factory, which is pretty darn cool. I got to drive the Forester, and the shocks, there's not a lot of travel, but the dampening quality on them is really, really good. And you can get that thing up on, get 2 wheels up, and you can still move with that all-wheel drive, which is pretty awesome. So,
Super
Subarus,
cool.
they're not just for snow. You can also take take them out here on the dirt.
You can,
right?
and you might have a shot at second place unless a Sedona and a Lynn are in your way in a Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek edition.
Yeah.
It looks like they may have finished the event around 38 points behind.
Yeah, okay, we're getting word from Chrissy right now that the top 5 in 4x4 is pretty much set. So, Matthew, what do you got? I know you've got your phone out.
I do. I'm looking at standings right now. We're going to look at it on the screen.
Oh, all right, so it looks like your winners. They say that it's set. Chrissy Beavis says it's set. So Nina Barlow and Terralyn Petteritt in 129, the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe with 93% of the points.
You do have to ask yourself, Laura and Maria pretty much figured they were in second, so they didn't go for every black diamond today.
Yeah.
But then Nina and Terralyn kind of did the same thing.
They kind of did the same thing.
But then clicked early on that green and had a little bit of a point penalty for that.
So now you think maybe if Laura and Maria had gone for some of those black checkpoints, they were just looking to keep their second place because they didn't think they were going to be able to move up.
So they weren't quite ready to capitalize.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like X-Cross also pretty set. But let's keep looking at the 4x4 for a second. The other big story we've been following today were Becky and Sam and Lily and Alex. And it looks like at this moment, Becky and Sam managed 39 points over Lily and Alex today. I think Lily and Alex had a little bit tougher day in the sand than they expected. I believe they came in this morning in the lead, did they not?
I believe so. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and check
we'll
that.
have to look at the day 7 and then look at each checkpoint to kind of figure that out.
But a very strong showing by the Rivian R1T, you know, getting Lily and Alex up there, especially as rookies. That's the highest finish we've ever had for a rookie team, which is really great. So let's hope that we get them back next year and see if they can get that podium.
And just, looking for positions to change there, Renee and Rory only 3 points behind Lily and Alex there. They were bringing it, and obviously they gave their front end of their Forerunner a big old uppercut in the process.
Yep.
And then right behind them, Shelby and Penny were on the charge.
Shelby and Penny, they had that bad day. They ended up in 8th place on that day. Then they scratched their way to 7th yesterday, and then they scratched their way up to 6th today. So, it's not the finish that we were hoping for them, but I'm really glad that they didn't get up, that they didn't give up, and they're still up there in the rankings, which is great.
Well, congrats to all the ones we've mentioned, all the top 10 there. We're going to do some more interviews tomorrow and everything, but there's your good look at what's pretty likely the actual results. Let's go over to X-Cross if we could.
Yeah, so the X-Cross class, they don't go as far into the dunes, but they do share a lot of checkpoints with those 4x4s. And Team 200, Christine Benzie and Melissa Clark, they have been leading pretty much this entire time in that Ford Bronco Sport Badlands. And, no surprise here, 90% of the points for the entire rally.
Sedona and Lynn in the Nissan Pathfinder often were switching positions with Carrie and Angela in the Subaru Outback Mountain Subi, but it looks like we have landed here with our top 3 to 5 confirmed. Remember Carissa and Trista, tough start to their rally with that radiator issue, but came back, big smiles today, learned a lot, teamed up with Chris and Melissa there in first place. Tana and Verena struggling with odometer issues the whole event. We got lots of stories here, more to come. We don't want to miss the ones on the finish line, though. Shall we jump over to Katie?
Hi, I'm back at the finish line and yet again interrupting my friend Elise. I'm not going to do it this time.
It's an afternoon ritual.
I apologise to her every night. I'm sorry. I owe her a beer. I'm not supposed to have favourites, but now that we're done, you guys are amazing. Congratulations. You're back. You've done the Rebel Rally. How was it?
It was crazy, really surreal. I was great to see what the car can do. I'm really happy that Toyota let us come represent PE, and also just wanted to say thank you to everybody, especially the staff too. That was just amazing. We had a lot of surprises down the road, but they ended up turning out really well. So
you have made them proud. I've never seen a team hit with such great energy, and they have gone through some trauma. The two flat tyres with a 0.5 of a K. How do you come back from that? And then they just roll in, all smiles every time. These two are going places. I want to meet their mums. How was your day?
It was great. We, like Caroline said, we started off a little bit rough. We got stuck twice and had to get recovered. But I think honestly it was the best thing that could have happened because we learned from that mistake and we were able to air down more and just like gain the confidence back that we needed. The crew was super supportive. And then we went and killed it the rest of the day. So it was awesome.
If I had to put money on it, this is the team to watch. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I can't wait to see you inside. And now right behind me, I have got the team that we just heard from, Emmy and Matthew, that have been fighting for third, and they've come in with third place. And we've got Benzie here, giving them their devices. So at the finish line, you get your devices back. Every rebel has had their devices taken from them for the entire week. It's paper and map only. Congratulations!
Here, we made it. We're so thrilled to be at the start line. Today
it's the finish line.
Yeah, sorry. It was the start line this morning.
We've been watching you guys so closely. It has been so tight between you and Lily and the Rivian. Tell us how your day went.
Today, we literally gave it everything we had. It was such a hard day, but we're really proud of how we did, and we were really excited for, like, the highest point of today was when we made it to the swing set. We've been out here in Glamis for training and the rally last year, I think 4 or 5 times. We've never made it to the swing set until today, so that was like our crowning achievement today. It was awesome.
What a great way to end the rally.
Yeah.
And how was it navigating for you?
Navigating was better. So last year was first year and struggled a lot and had a lot better feel of things this year. So I felt a lot better about reading the dunes and seeing what's going on and getting us there. And then of course need a great driver.
Did you feel the pressure knowing that you were so close to maybe making the podium? Did that affect the way you thought?
Yeah, I mean, definitely feeling a little bit of pressure, but we know we have a little bit of experience in the dunes from the training that we've done. We knew that, don't drive where you can't see. We know what we're comfortable driving. We know pretty well how to pick a good line to drive. So we tried to play it safe. We still got stuck a few times. We had to dig today, so we put in some hard work too, but I think like I said, we gave it everything we had today. So
you deserve to feel as proud as you do. Congratulations, ladies. We'll see you inside. We've got another Toyota here behind us. Come on down, ladies. Let them come to us because, we've been out here a wee while and they're in vehicles and we've been walking. How you doing, boys? Colin?
Oh.
Colin's doing great. Come on down, ladies. We've got Team 153. Jeez. Team 153 have made it across the finish line in the Rebel Rally.
We did it!
We did it. We're so proud of you. Our live team is presented by Toyota, and you guys have had a great day, clearly. Tell us all about it.
We had a great morning. Crystal was fantastic navigating to those points and setting the headings, and I followed those explicitly, and we got to the points really well.
There was one that was down the hill, and it was a small stake behind a tree, but I had the heading like dead on, and we went right to it, and we saw this like small 3-foot pole hiding behind a bush. So the morning actually arguably gave us too much confidence, because then we went for the swing set, which is in the middle of the dunes, and we were out there for a couple hours. We got some stuff that was pretty challenging, gave us some mad respect for what's out there, but we got high-sided, we dug ourselves out, and we were able to get out and still make the rest of kind of the green checkpoint. So
it sounds like you went through every spectrum of emotion, learning,
Absolutely.
Confidence.
I still have sand stuck to my wrist. So.
And that's a true Emily Miller trick. The stick behind the tree gets you every time, right? She hides them.
Found that one.
See, look at her. I found it. Hey, Emily, I found it. All right, let's head back to Matthew and Emmy and see what they're up to while we let this bottleneck even out. Thank you so much, ladies. Congratulations.
All right, thank you, Katie. It is really cool seeing that Toyota Tundra hybrid on the podium because, as we were saying, they got out to the swing set.
Yeah.
And that's a long wheelbase to get to the swing set.
Totally. That's a long wheelbase vehicle to get out the swing set. I wanted to go out there today because I don't always find it. I don't sometimes when I get there, I kind of stumble upon it.
Yeah. The first time I got to it, we stumbled upon it. We're like, oh,
This is what
where
they've been
this is.
talking about. And it was hard to get out here. Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Both of the Tundra hybrids looking strong, no body panels hanging off of them.
No, they were pretty good. They
Yeah.
were pretty awesome.
And what a competition. And if anyone's forgotten, Sam and Becky in 152 were last year's rookie champions.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were in the Shikoya that's back here that we heard from right away, right before.
Now,
Fun
if some
stuff.
of y'all out here would like to become a Rebel, I believe that our registration is open.
Oh,
and
yes.
it usually will fill up by December. So get out there at rebelrally.com. You can register. And remember, people often, the cost of the Rebel Rally can be a deterrent. I've got to tell you a couple of things about that. Number one, you can get sponsors. People love this rally, and this is a great way to showcase people's companies' products and products and things that they've built to bring out. So you can always get sponsors. And compared to other motorsports events, I got to tell you, the Rebel Rally is pretty darn inexpensive, considering you get 7 days of competition, plus all your food, plus all your water, plus mechanic help, right? I mean, normally if you go to a competition like the Baja 1000, it's 1,000 miles. It happens right away, and you got to spend upwards of $50,000 to make that happen.
Yeah, when you include all the things that come along with
Right.
stuff that's taken care of for you with the Rebel, it's quite a deal. A couple more little details. Andrea Bullard really wanted to make sure we got this included when we mentioned registration.
Oh, right.
We were completely full before December last year.
Wow.
And any teams that would like to can pay by installments
Right.
if needed. And there are some perks of early registration.
Yep.
And maybe I'll look for a bit more info. I didn't know we were going to that yet, so I wasn't ready with the details.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't forget it because, like I said, it fills up early. So go ahead, go out there right now, rebelrally.com, and register. But, Katie, Kunkel, what do you got for me?
I'm right here. I'm going to push Benzie aside. Oh, no, I'm going to let Benzie give them their devices, but I've got a fan favourite here with Chris and Andrea in Team 145. Sorry, don't mean to interrupt. Congratulations. I just said we've got fan favourites here. Chris and Andrea, how was it, hun?
Oh, it was great. It was difficult. It was great, the whole thing. Bittersweet.
Compared to other rallies?
The hardest driving, hardest navigating, longest distance. It was what we've dreamed of for years.
So what's your best finish in the rally so far?
Say that again?
What? Is my accent that bad this year?
Is what? No.
In real trouble. Katie can't speak anymore. What's your best what is your best position in placing in the rally?
Oh God, what is our best? What was the best we've done? The best we did? We did
today?
No, this on the rally.
No, in the whole rally. In all the rallies, what's the best you've done?
Best
Overall?
highest, yeah.
7th place for me.
7th. I'm like
Or 9th.
9th place, yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, you're in the top 10. Congratulations. You guys freaking deserve it.
Thank you very much.
See you inside. Love those two, like total champions of the Rebel Rally. Chris could talk for hours about the whole community, and she's a real leader in the community, which is just lovely. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Amazing.
So I met these two in the dunes at a training with Iridium, and then I got here and they'd teamed up. So how has it been?
It's really great. It's our second time running the rally together. We're still buddies, we're happy campers, and honestly, we were pulled aside and told by another team, like, you guys are badasses, and that's all we've wanted this whole time. Let's go back to the Rebel and be badasses again.
And you're badasses?
Yeah.
Maybe less so last year. I think, like, honestly, it just meant a lot to me because I know how much we struggled last year, and I'm just really proud of the progress that we've made. So there were still mistakes, but like at the end of the day, you're just proud of your accomplishments and your partnership, and
Yeah, and our friendship for sure. Yeah, definitely. And then, of course, I can't wait to talk with all the people that have been supporting us from home. I love them. Everyone from, like, my husband, my family, Citizen Grown, who, like, this is their rig. And it's absolutely amazing that they let me drive it because it's just more car than I can handle.
And thank you for touching on the progression. I wasn't here last year, so I forgot that you guys actually did it together last year. And the fact that you've come back stronger and feeling like total badasses, which you are. And the progression of Rebels is so great. And that's why they come back year in, year out to experience this awesome, awesome event. So congratulations, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now I'm going to send it back to Emmy and Matthew, and then Harry's going to talk to a few teams.
Thank you so much, Katie. Man, I love seeing all of these teams come in. We're getting close to the end of the line, though. I know you've been keeping track of everyone that's come in. I believe we've got like maybe 7 or 8 teams left out there, but we do have plenty of teams in line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it takes a little while for them to get through the finish line. They turn in all of their tracker and their sat phone. They get their forbidden items back. They get a cool picture. So it takes a little bit of time
Let's
now.
clarify about forbidden items. They've been riding with them all week. They're just in an anti-tamper bag.
Excellent. Yes.
So they just have to show that that bag hasn't been tampered with, and then they can open it when ready.
Yeah, we don't actually take their phones because that would just be a logistical nightmare for us.
It would, and in a real emergency, we'd like them to be able to have another, access.
Yeah,
right?
Another way to call something if for whatever reason your sat phone doesn't work. The more communication that you can have, the better.
Sure, that's the way we look at it. Yeah. Primarily, probably because of the logistical nightmare of keeping everyone's stuff. Yeah, we don't really want to do that.
No, thank you. I am okay not collecting people's phones.
Cool.
Yeah. So it looks like Harry is out here on court or on the finish line with Team 150. That is a team of Penny Dale and Shelby Hall in that big Wild Track Broncos with the Sasquatch package.
We sure are. I saw you ladies mob up Oldsmobile yesterday in this Bronco, and I saw you out there today. I tried to catch you in my truck. No luck with that. I haven't been able to see you all day until now. So how'd it go out there?
It was awesome, actually. Super smooth, I think. Navigation was on point. So many checkpoints. This might be the most checkpoints we've ever had in the dunes. We definitely went places we haven't been before, but it was awesome. The dunes are our favorite day.
Did you get out to the swing set then?
We did, yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
And you mentioned there's a ton of checkpoints. That's definitely true this year, I think, for all the teams. Did you have time management in mind, or what was your strategy? Because you were sort of in that group that there's like half a dozen teams that are all for play in these final standings.
Yes. So time management is the key every single day, but especially out here because you always run the risk of getting stuck. And so you have to make sure that you leave a little bit of wiggle room because it happens to everybody or anybody. Thankfully, it didn't to us today, so we didn't have to.
So Shelby, it doesn't happen to everybody, is what you're telling me.
Well, we did have to get out and dig a little bit yesterday, so it was preventative. But that was our day of getting out. So today we just kept it super smooth and we're able to take nice lines.
And can you tell us your secrets with this Bronco? I know it's got a bunch of different modes and high range, low range, lockers on. What is your combo when you're out there in Glamis?
So I actually love sand mode. The only thing with sand mode is it does turn the rear locker on, and I actually don't utilize the rear locker unless I need it. I feel like it just kind of chatters a little bit too much. And then if I do happen to get stuck, then I use low range, but otherwise I keep it in high range because I want to go fast.
And you do a great job of that. Good job out there. We're glad to have you back in camp. Moving back the line from our seasoned competitors to rookies. All smiles here at the finish line. Hi, how was your day?
Our day was great. It was tough. We only lost one piece of the car. It's ornamental. We don't need it.
You're not even on the podium for parts that are missing from the car today. I hate to tell you.
Wow. Okay. Well, we got in. We had some moments that we thought we weren't going to be able to cross the finish line, but we did.
Getting stuck or mechanical issues?
We were stuck and having mechanical issues, but we made it out.
Did you make some new friends out there then? Did you get some help or did you handle it yourselves?
It was a combination. There was some independence, but also a lot of friend making. People out there are incredible. They really do an amazing job of creating this culture and this vibe of connection and help, and while still competing at your own best. I love it.
Well, you're here. We haven't even started dinner yet, so you're not late. You're early.
Perfect. We're here to party.
You got your phones back. Nicole's going to take your pictures, and then we'll all celebrate. We've got more cars coming to the line, but as you can see, everyone's hugging, celebrating. So we'll go back to Matthew and Emmy for now.
All right.
Thank you so much, Harry. Well, it looks like actually all of the teams have at least gotten here. They're still trying to get through the finish line, but we've got everybody here safe and sound, and that is always a good time.
Going on 3.5 hours for any of you who have left us on this whole time. Thanks for joining us.
We're like, I'm so glad I had a Red Bull.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Rasa and Leeway might be the last vehicle there in their 156, the one with 303,000 miles on it by now.
Oh, that's right. You know what? It doesn't matter because it is here. That Toyota is awesome. But I think that Harry is ready to interview the Rivian R1T, Lily and Alex. So, Harry, come on. I want the story, Harry.
Yeah, let's get it. You two gave it your all out there today. I noticed your roof has a bunch of MaxTrax pins, but no MaxTrax on it.
They're in the back. What a great observation. They are now in the bed of our truck instead of on top of our truck. They were great tools today. Phenomenal. Helped us a lot. Our strategy was more so to stop early, so that way we didn't have to dig. A couple of times, as I'm sure you saw already, we definitely had to dig. But other than that, we just tried to stay light and stay up on top of the sand.
Well, and you two were going for, it looked like every CP out there. I mean, you were really in the hunt. I mean, all these teams were super close for this podium spot, and I admire you. We've never had a rookie team do so well here. So, Alex, tell me, how was Lily's driving today?
Oh, Lily drove great. We did our last two practices in the dunes, and I felt like we were just building on like what we were comfortable with. We tried dipping into the big dunes, but it was high noon, and it just we made a team decision. It wasn't for us.
Actually, it seemed like there were 2 carrot checkpoints all the way out of the swing set that weren't worth the points.
They weren't worth it.
It's quite strategic. Yeah, but she is being humble because she not only not only navigated, but she drove today too. Whenever we were digging, and whichever one of us was more alert drove the truck. So she both navigated and drove today, and I navigated and drove today.
And I imagine once you start moving, it's like, keep going, I'll catch up with you.
Oh, all the time. You just start running the dunes, and you're like, it's cool, I'll just walk the whole thing. So.
Can you share with us a little bit of what happened out there today? I think people were watching at home, there was green 14 maybe, and then there was a blue after that. Lily, you look like you know what I'm talking about because you're laughing.
It's where...
After green 12, sorry.
It was 12. Oh, it's been such a long day.
We saw when people following you on the tracker were wondering if, maybe a lizard got a hold of your tracker because it was going all over the place.
So we fell for the bait of the swing set, and then we got about 2K in.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about on the way to 13?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we tried going to swing set, and it didn't work.
And it didn't work. It was high noon, and before going in, we were like, it's high noon. That's such a bad idea. And then we got 2 kilometers in, and we were like, this is still a really bad idea. You can't see anything. So it's like all the mountains, if you were to look out at a mountain range, but then they all fall flat. So we were trying to not die.
But you two are competitors. You were like, we want every checkpoint. That's what it looked like when we were watching back here.
We tried, and then we went back up to 14 or 15? 15?
No, we went to charge, and we made it with
No, I'm saying, but we got 14 or 15 first.
We got 14 first.
Yeah, she had no idea that it was 11 to 1 for our charge.
Yeah.
And so it's 12:57, and I hike a dune to hit the checkpoint, and I was like, we gotta go. We have to charge. And we pulled in with 20 seconds left.
Well, you two crushed it out there. We hope to see you back next year. You won't be rookies, but we know you'll be fighting for that podium.
Thank you.
We're going to pass it off now to Katie for the next interview with Susan McBride from Meridian.
Thanks, Harry. So I'm actually here with Team 133, Susan McBride, but she's missing. So I'm going to I'm going to just jump in.
Jump in.
See what it's
Come,
like.
yeah, come, you want to drive? You want to drive up?
Yep. What do you call this? The Space Mobile? Oh, no.
No, I want to see you drive it. No, I want to see you drive. Katie's going to drive. Let's go. Katie, drive me. Drive me. I'll tell you what to do.
I haven't got my glasses on. I can't see drive. Oh, there we go. We're
Okay,
good.
Katie, here, I'm going to give you directions since I'm the navigator.
Okay, go.
See, what you're going to do is you're going to go straight for about, what is that?
40, 50 feet?
No, we do meters.
Meters? Oh, 14 meters.
I'm just going to go fast and give Will a little run. Come on, Will.
Then you just stop.
Come on. Should we do some donuts instead of make the live show?
You just stop. Then you
Now?
just stop.
Now? Are you sure?
Stop like
Are you
in
sure?
3 feet. Okay, now you need to stop. Right.
Okay.
Now you need to click.
Oh, have we not clicked yet?
We did click already.
So that's actually a good segue. Because of the bottleneck,
Yeah.
everybody is allowed to click anywhere in the line tonight. So you don't have to get to the checkpoint. You just click once you get into the bottleneck.
So you don't forget.
Oh, and now Heidi's put me in part. How was your day?
We had a great day, actually. The points would not reflect how well we did. Like, we had a really great day on the sand, some good driving, but we had some friends who had some problems out in the sand, and so we elected to be better, wider teammates than better teammates in the car because it's been a rough rally for us. But we had a great day, a lot of fun. It was fun to see Susie surf the sand. We hit some great checkpoints. It was a good day.
It's all about those strategic alliances today, isn't it? When everyone gets tired. I probably need some more strategic alliances for the 3-hour live show.
Yeah, probably so. Phone a friend.
Congratulations. It's been awesome following you guys. I better say a quick hello to Susie.
Yeah, she's back there. I think
Oh, here she is.
You can take it in.
I love your teammate. She's really fun.
I know, she's awesome.
So how was this rally compared to the last one?
It was actually our best rally, I think. Our score doesn't reflect it, but it was great. We had a great time together. A lot of friendships.
How's the dune driving going? I know how much you love the dunes, and you're getting really good at it. How was it today?
We got extra practice today because we got a little loss coming out of the swing set part. But no, it was great. We had a great morning. We rode everything nicely. It all came back because I haven't done it in a year. And we had a lot of fun with our friends. We got a couple people stuck and got them out, and we did it on our own. So it was cool. Yeah.
Fantastic. And for those of you at home that don't know, Susie McBride is the COO of Iridium, which is one of the backbones of our event. Even though Susie only gets a map and a compass.
But I got to use Iridium today. Because a friend of ours actually, their airbags deployed, so I got to use the phone, got to use Iridium, and it worked. It worked great. So you got to use it for emergency.
Yep, the backbone of this event for all the scoring and everything that goes on behind the scenes is powered by Iridium. And let's forget all about all the juice and say congratulations to you, because that's what it's all about on the finish line. Congratulating our competitors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Take care. Thanks for driving up.
Okay, now we're going to talk to 107. Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I think I might have sold the thing that you patented today.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
So quickly show me the invention.
Oh, the invention. Come back.
Yeah.
We got to go to the back.
Tim just told me to be quick because we've got lots of teams. Well, no, we've only got one. Tim, relax. We're almost done.
This is coming really handy today. And the patent is this mechanism, so when I go like this, I can take the max track.
Wait, show me again.
Okay.
Okay,
Put
so
it back in.
max tracks are always a pain in the ass to get off the vehicle, and I told the max tracks guys all about this,
Oh, yeah.
and I said you've got to meet April.
Because I'm really short, and I don't want to have to like climb the truck.
Neither, I'm short too.
Right?
So
you want to try it?
Yeah. So what do I do?
So here, let me hold that for you. So just pull this lever, pull it towards you.
Pull this lever towards me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that!
And then you just lift them out.
Oh my gosh! It's
That's
just
it.
like getting a pod out of a coffee machine.
Yeah, seriously.
Fantastic.
Seriously. So yeah, and they both have to slip onto this.
Oh my gosh, that's
There.
genius.
I mean, you know, first time is always hard.
No, but that's really easy. So this is what the Rebel community is all about. These women are inventing things as it relates to off-road. Now, enough about your entrepreneurial endeavours. How was today?
It was great. I only fell into a couple of holes. And we use these probably 15 times.
Gosh, you must be exhausted.
A little bit, yeah. But I'm so relieved to be here that now there's like the finish line energy. Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
Yes.
We'll see you inside with everyone shortly. So great to see you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we've got one more car here. Rasa Fuller. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We're really glad to be here.
How was your day?
We had a really great day. We had such a great morning. We are nailing everything. We did a distance and heading and landed on a hillside right with Nina and Terrell, and we're like, well, there you go. We made it. But then I don't know. We had a little bit of a hiccup with our tracker, so we lost a few minutes, and that's why Leeway's not here. She's going and putting an inquiry in just to make sure we get our 24 minutes back and a couple of points from here at the end.
So it wasn't because she was over it. It's a technical thing. You've had a great day together.
We had a really great day together, and we're so pumped about what we did, because with these other last two cars, we did some amazing dunes and worked our way out of some really crazy stuff that I think was not on Emily's planned route, but we were in the deep stuff and we made it out.
Let me tell you this. You do not look like you've just spent 7 days in the desert. Honestly, you look like you just pulled up after having a shower at a hotel. So good on you. Braids are working. It's all about the braids when you're a rebel. Well, again, congratulations, and we'll see you inside.
Thank you.
Back to Matthew and Emmy.
Man, I cannot believe we got to interview every single competitor on the Rebel.
It's
That's
never
so cool.
happened. It's never happened.
No.
We've tried, but we just didn't have the woman and manpower here to make it all happen.
So we're about 40 minutes delay, or 40 minutes past our end time. So thank you very much, y'all, for sticking with us. It has been quite a rally.
It's been awesome. And as you can see from the drone shot, sun is going down. The
Temps
energy,
are cooling down.
Yeah, the energy is staying level or increasing still.
Yep. So tomorrow we are going to be live at noon o'clock with Coffee with Katie. That's always a fun time because we've got all kinds of little games that we play, and Chris Wu always does some kind of challenge with the cars and everything.
Yeah,
so,
tire change challenge and other like little challenges that were a lot of fun last year.
Total Chaos is going to be given ride, so I am definitely going to hop in with Chaos and get some dune time with her in that supercharged Tacoma.
That's right.
The Morocco Taco, that truck is the bomb.
A couple of the fun pieces we made this week might also make it back in the show.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, the one I'm looking forward to the most is seeing Katie at Dirty Deck Saloon up in Belmont.
Because
that was
it's
the
so
funniest
funny.
thing
If
of
you
the
missed
week.
that from one of our first shows, it's just amazing.
I hope we get to show that again to you.
And then tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock, we will be live with our red carpet show. Yes, we bring a red carpet out to Glamis Dunes, and we have our gala and our award ceremony, and it is just a blast.
It's awesome.
Although
we
I'm
get
not
to
going to
dress up.
recognize anybody because they're going to be all like clean and shower and they won't have their vehicles. And I'm like, who were you guys again?
Thank you again for joining us for the last 3.5 hours here. It's been day 7. It's the end now of the 7th edition of the Rebel Rally.
Thank you so much from Rebel Rally Live, presented by Toyota. Good night. We're going to